as I begin recording. So, after killing Mortithax, stopping her ritual, freeing Morthholm from her influence, you all spent the remainder of your journey travelling to the southern wall, and also slew the last of the 3 Dragonlances loyal to House Mortithax along the way. You discussed the possibilities of a deal with the Tahosian god of death, Banzala, in exchange for the soul of Bron the Blackened and the Crystal Tablet during your journey. You entered the southern wall, where a notably more Tahosian influence over architecture seemed prevalent here. You met with the War Master of the South Wall, Chak Iskal. You spent more time. You spent some time sort of bathing and discussing what Dejar had discovered within Mortithax's journal, within which was revealed Mortithax's nature as an offspring of an ancient night dragon and an ancient black dragon. That she was originally Erelune. There we go. The resentful half-sister to a crystal egg, and she set off to forge her own path as Mortithax. Vellum went to check on Vadmir, who, as you recall, had been teleported to this wall from the northern wall via Waystone at Selma's insistence not to lead a child through one of the most dangerous places in the world. Selma led Vellum to where she was staying, where Vadmir was staying, and right at the moment that she and the crystal egg were being whisked away by a stranger. You both chased after this stranger, who was stopped mid-escape by none other than Zerth Al Lucius by a hold person spell. Selma discovered something unusual upon this strange warrior's holy symbol, and took it off him and sent him to the dungeons. Shortly after, you were led to the southern wall's command chambers by the commander and by the commander of the Order of the Gatekeepers, Selma Dawnbringer, where you discussed what occurred in your campaign against Mortithax, while leaving out some details on a need-to-know basis, where you were compensated for your efforts, and more details were revealed about the degree of infiltration into the Order by Mortithax's Dragonborn spies. Apparently, news of Mortithax's death has spread and caused some to act out in desperation, inadvertently drawing suspicion to them. Selma led Zerth and the rest of you to the dungeons, where 2 suspects, including the one captured earlier, were being held, one of which was a Dragonborn revealed from his human visage. Zerth, being a rather enchanting fellow in more ways than one, casts a cleverly worded suggestion spell, causing this black dragon spy to spill everything he had on the other spies in the Order's midst. I didn't have the list here before, but now I do. There are 10 in total.
Yes.
There is Lieutenant Tzakol, whom this Dragonborn spy was impersonating. There was Quartermaster Bilgar Groutbeard. There was Quartermaster Rakal, Lieutenant Heket, the other individual that you had recently captured, Officer Frorgut Grimsilver, Scout Vilja Aethar, who is currently out on patrol in the Morbog with another individual on this list, Scout Bravar Irontoe. There's Scout Tochil, Forgehand Zuma, and Taskmaster Taka. Those names should be in the pin messages in the party chat there for you. Their main contact appears to be Shadowstalker Vakai, whom you remember was the same Shadowstalker Vakai mentioned in the stack of command papers that Sao Yun found in the guard barracks in Morthholm. The very same person who had orders from Elder Karalath to kill all of you ASAP. So, taking in all this information, you took a moment to speak with the various merchants and vendors around the keep, purchase a few interesting upgrades, as well as sell off a bunch of things. Which brings me to one matter that we need to address. During the week, I noticed that you, Black Spice, had Dejar sold off a bunch of these awakened amulets that you had come across in your journeys through the Morborg.
Uh-oh.
Indeed.
Like a dingus.
Yep. So, as you attempt to take out these numerous awakened amulets that you had gathered here, to bring you over to the screen there.
What? Oh, I had no idea. Oh, how could you? You're so fucked.
So, upon your journey through the Morborg, Adept Zalan, the individual selling a number of these sort of rare magic items, gives you a very strange look and sort of stops midway through inscribing a rune. And the series of erudite chunks orbiting his gloves seem to sort of magnetize together and kind of shrink them, clunk back into the gloves as they were affixed. And he sort of slips off the gauntlets, takes the amulets to closely examine them. Well, where did you find all of these amulets?
In the Morborg, well, specifically in the second temple.
With that, he's going to. You watch him weave a familiar rune through the air. You've used this spell a number of times. This is a detect magic spell, and he's casting it instead of ritually casting it. He watches his eyes flash a bright golden light, and he examines. He kind of hovers a hand around all of them. You can see a number of magically spectral sort of feathered serpents weaving around his fingers, closely examining these amulets. They don't have the marks of magic that have been. The marks of magics that have been degraded. He takes up one of these amulets, and he watches these spectral, arcane serpents begin to weave around his hands, seem to flicker their tongues around the amulets as he casts an identify spell. And his eyes once again flash. And he takes a brief moment to examine it. Oh, there be some right foul magic in these amulets. Who did you find them off of?
Well, you won't believe this. The remains of dwarves and two occupants that are now dead. They were awakened, and I, as a mage hunter, thought it would be best to collect them and give them to the appropriate person. With some coin, of course.
He kind of considers it for a moment. Just make me a persuasion check.
Righto.
It's not gonna be a high DC, because it. Oh, well, there you go.
You asked, you received.
Yep, first natural 20 of the night, with 24 total. You know what? I will buy these, but as far as I be concerned, they be better locked away or destroyed. Got a reputation to maintain.
It is fair.
They will be given to the War Master. See, I be just a contractor here. My contract be running out soon. The War Master will know what to do with them.
Fair enough. Sorry for taking that much of your time, but I thought, since we're a place where necromancy is either taken care of or destroyed safely, it would be wise to hand it off to more adept people that can handle it.
He gives you a steady nod, and just make me an insight check as well, real quick.
Okay.
17. Pretty good. You can definitely tell there is suspicion to his gaze. You can see his eyes, now that the glow has faded, are just completely sort of milky white. You gather probably blind, though from as skilled as he seems to be with sort of weaving magic into these runes, you get the sense maybe he sees in other ways. And you can definitely tell that his gaze is fixated upon you, and it's wrought with dubiousness, shall we say.
He raises... The moment she notices this, she raises up her hand to show her rings, a particular ring of a sanctified necromancer.
Watch as his milky white eyes seem to fixate upon the ring. Alright. Well, I'll take these to War Master Chuck. If you find any more, just hand them over.
Will do.
And with that, you are free to do as you wish. With that, yeah, you avoided quite a bit with that 24.
Yeah!
It's being sussy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Spice, didn't you want to haggle for Magebane? I remember you
Yep.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm in the potion cellar, so I figure I'd bring it up in case you forgot.
Potion cellar.
Saying I'm in the potion cellar probably isn't the
That's not the right way of saying things, but okay. You were at the potion shop.
I'm in the vendor.
That also doesn't sound right.
Yeah, you're in the potion shop. Just say that.
Yeah,
Jesus
well,
Christ.
it's the vendor, and the vendor is the name of the person. So
Right,
shut up. Do your haggling.
Come up to the keeper Talikia. She's you watch as she's using what looks like some sort of small spell to grow a number of vines up a nearby column, sort of tending to them, making the place look greener than the wasteland of death outside. And
this is how the sheriff just goes, hello? Do you have any potions for sale?
well, I've been purchasing potions off of me recently.
Well, not a poison, I should say. Sorry. Straight tongue is hard.
You got your eyes on the mage being potion.
Yes. I want to haggle for a lower price on that.
Alright, so, as you kind of discuss this with her, just go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Righto.
I was gonna say, oh, it's too late.
Oh.
No, never mind. The roll has been made.
Okay. So, you kind of make your what is the Jar's first offer?
We'll go probably 9:30.
Let's see. Well, I actually have to find it first. Magebane. There we go. 9:30.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to see how much it costs originally. For
Yeah.
9:30.
9:30.
With that load of an offer, I don't think 19 is going to be enough.
No, I was like 930.
Yeah, DC will definitely increase the lower you ask. So.
Oh, you know what? You retract that.
She says, how about 1100.
He thinks out for a minute. I think I'll take it that.
Oh, right. So what I'll do, I will. There we go. I've lowered the buy price modifier to 65 very briefly, so you can go ahead and purchase that for 1105 gold.
Okay, hold on.
So no one else taking advantage of it. This is only for Deja.
It's fine. I'm just buying holy water. Don't mind me.
So it's still being. So I just buy it and.
Oh wait, hang on. I need to update. There we go.
Okay, that's good. Wrong thing. Yeah, there we go. And there she buys it.
Alright. With that, I'm going to set it back up to 75. So, you have your Mage Bane poison. And she's a...
Yes.
Be right careful with that. One time use only. Got an arm and a leg to make one of these.
He looks at her for a moment and asks, how is this made?
She, yeah, minutes, there we go. Mage Bane.
Trade secret. This incredibly valuable poison. I'll definitely tell you how to make it yourself and put me out of business. Sorry,
Make me another persuasion check.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put it against you.
No, it's entirely reasonable.
It's
That would be a closely guarded.
Yeah,
Ah,
let me shut my
shit.
mouth and go back to going in the witch doctor.
Yeah, from what you gather, this is definitely a sort of a trade secret here, and the only reason she's actually selling you this in the first place is because off screen we can say a bit of small talk here and there. The only reason she's selling you this is because you are a sanctioned mage hunter essentially, and she's not. She's reticent to actually give you the recipes for it.
The jar is a little missed about it, but some things are just not meant to be for right now.
Alright. Oh, 1 second.
This is like the 9th time I've been in the witch doctor's store.
No,
Yes,
you don't
yes, we
say.
get it.
No, not because she's hot. Because I keep thinking there's gonna be something I need to get here.
We
but
finally
like,
found who do the voodoo to you.
Fucking damn it.
it's just such an odd assortment of items. I feel like I've missed something, so I keep going back to check. Same stuff.
I'm gonna get the rest of this.
Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, my brother was just bringing me dinner.
It's holy water. There's a gem encrusted bowl, scrolls. There's all sorts of shit. And I keep thinking I missed something.
So,
I had
What?
a quick question.
Yep.
When you're done with
yes,
that. Room crafting and things.
you've gone very quiet again as well.
Oh shit, sorry, yeah, I'm on my desk. There we go. That should be significantly better.
There you go.
I'll even scoot forward a little bit. Alright, how's this?
Yeah, much better.
Much better.
Too loud?
Ah, you're good. All good.
It's good.
Okay. I remember some things with rune crafting. You can discover items. You have to know certain things to be able to put it on something else. I'm interested in buying some items, knowing that I will not use them, but I want to be able to essentially disenchant them to be able to figure out how to make that to then put it on future things.
Okay.
Am I remembering correctly? Is that something I can do? And if not, would that be something we'd be able to try going forward?
We
Like
could
just
we
destroy an item to learn its recipe.
We could try that. Yeah, that's actually. I don't think we actually discussed that, but it's an interesting thought.
Okay.
We can. I'll say sure, but we need to discuss the specific mechanics of that after the session.
That works just fine for me. I imagine that would be something, and it's a different conversation. I want to know whether or not I should buy something that he would buy only if. And it's absolutely meta, but I don't want to waste time and money and us getting something on that. So if that's okay, awesome. Then I will look at that and see.
All right then. So,
thank you very much.
What's everyone doing here? Because I did say throughout the week you should be doing all this merchanting stuff before the session.
I did, and then I yeah, I just wanted to be sure, Shannon. Let me have this. I've been
pretty much
paranoid all
the same
day.
here.
It's fine. I'm done. I'm going back.
Who sold their Mind Stone?
Let's go.
Where?
Largrim.
That's pretty useful.
Not for Liska anymore.
Ah yes, because
This is true.
Liska got she leveled up.
She got training.
Yeah.
She be
are
doing
the-
the training.
Tiny silver
Are the
cages
crows-
just suddenly appearing.
Oh my god.
She has a lot
Is
of
the-
random shit, okay?
It's fine. It's just funny.
Ah,
It's always
I was
funny
gonna
seeing
get-
shit appear and disappear.
I was gonna get those crow skulls and ask Jenner if they were actually meant to be free, but okay.
Wait, what?
Damn it.
They were set to
skulls.
free.
Hang on.
It's like a candy bowl, except it's just full of crow skulls. Like, come on in, have a crow skull.
Yeah, does your reach for one? No, I'll take it. Well, shit.
One per customer.
Well, someone took more than that.
They would become one.
All right. So what's everyone doing besides going through vendors right now?
Just buying last minute shit.
I did have a scene with Liska that I wanted to do, but if people wanted to do anything more urgent regarding the merchant, then
No, I think
By
the
all
merchant
means-
stuff should be in the background as
Yeah.
we finish that up.
I meant like
We're doing
haggling
our
or
last
anything particular. 'Cause I know haggling and things of that nature, talking about specific stuff, involves more in-depth focus. But, so Vellum, Liska, and Vladimir have been like about the stores for a bit, because everyone else went off to torture, as far as he knows. And after like a bit of, Vellum's sort of been like on the quieter end, like talking only when necessary to like vendors, etc. But eventually he does sort of speak up to Liska.
Thanks for coming along. I know I didn't really. It's been a rough time since we got back. Thought things would be a lot more relaxed, but it feels like things have gotten a lot more tense.
Sorry, having someone slamming on my door. Give me a second.
It's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Sod's Law, the second I start talking to Liska, somebody bother save him.
Yeah, just give me a second. Be right back.
No worries.
Okay.
Take it.
Is this a
FBI, open
different
up!
day, by the way?
No, this is. I believe this is the same day that you arrived. It's
Yeah, because essentially,
Okay.
it's getting later into the evening by now.
the timeline is basically y'all went off to go talk to prisoner, Liska and Vellum went to shop, and then everyone else caught up and also shopped. And this is sort of somewhere in the middle period, like maybe a bit before the gang has arrived, because they've been wandering about a bit.
I have an interesting thing I intend to do with Largrim,
Oh yeah.
and whenever that is resolved. Alternative form of haggling.
Drinking. Oh wait, no, you said alternative form of haggling. sure dwarven drinking is a very mercantile thing to do.
What do you intend to do with Largrim?
Yeah, Avon's got a BRB anyway, so
I wanna haggle with him and offer my unique services as a high level spellcaster to reduce price. Either as
for purchasing
fabricate, channeled divinity. He wants. Let me open up Life Burst.
Ooh.
But even though it's already discounted, 6,500 is still a little bit expensive for his taste, and he's hoping to drop it down and say, listen, I've got fabricate. I can create things. I have this divine blessing that allows me to do it. In a matter of between 10 minutes to an hour, depending on what you want. I can get you something that would normally take you a week to make.
You know what? I will say.
And I also have powerful healing.
I will say, also because you're a dwarf, make me a persuasion check with advantage.
I have one final kicker in for it. Can I ping an item I have within chat?
I think you can, yes. Just hover over the item in your inventory. It should come up with the side panel. Just hit X and to hold it open, and then info.
Okay. There's that. Trying to find an item.
What are you trying to find?
A flask.
Oh, okay. Flask.
It's not appearing on my.
Yeah, I don't think I put it in the. I don't think I put it in your inventory yet. I need to do that.
That's an easy thing. Then, for that case, oh, he's back. So, you know what I want to do, so you can sort of be mentally prepared for that. Just a little bit of dwarven bribery, things like that. Can we please? Yeah, not necessarily. I wanted to haggle, and I am fine to wait until you get back. It's probably better that I don't interject because I want you guys to have your moment and give Shannon time to prepare.
Yeah. So
are you okay at the moment to talk, Avon? Or do you need a little bit more time? Okay.
Right.
Then thanks for your time.
Miska Bellum Scene, go.
To reiterate, he was thanking her for coming along with the shopping because it feels like, despite everything should have been getting better since they hit the wall, things have gotten more tense.
What are the words specifically used? Because there's a lot of ways to respond to that.
The specific phrasing, I believe, was thanks for coming along, and then he trips over his words a little bit. Things have been different than I thought. I thought things would be better once we got to the wall, but everything's just become more tense. I think that was the wording I used.
As they're kind of, I'm guessing it's one of those
Like
kind
a
of
mole?
scenes in the movie where just like they're kind of walking through thing, they're just kind of side by side, glancing at things, picking stuff up and putting it back down.
Yeah, I imagine it's a typical market space scenario, right, Jenner?
Yeah.
And this is gonna kind of look at him, give a shrug. Well, I mean, things are different, are they not? I do not feel the same kind of heavy weight and oppression that I felt inside the bog. Yes, things are still a bit tense, but this is a kind of familiar tense, as opposed to the kind of tense that comes from, she waves her hand a bit, evil magics or something like that. Like, I don't know, this is familiar, knowing that there's just someone who wants to swing a sword at you, instead of you're in a place where even the trees want your soul.
He does pause a moment, sort of staring off ahead a little bit.
Well, I think I still feel a bit of that weight.
We did hear that there was like a curse or something. I was going slightly.
A curse or something.
A curse or something.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It was told that there was going to be a curse or something kind of like that. So perhaps we should just go to Arngrim or any of the other healers, clerics, magic men, and see if something like that can be taken care of. They are like they have people go between the walls all the time. They have to have some means of taking care of them if like a curse or any lingering effects happen.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe there's something lingering. We should get it looked at.
We should actually probably have everybody do it. Because if there's one thing I've learned is that people like us tend not to be very vocal about the issues they have.
Yeah, I'm noticing that with a lot of them. Right, well, I guess we can finish up shopping, and when we do, would you be alright coming with me to the Holy Folk?
Yeah, of course. We should probably... Oh wait, why are we saying this now? And she like reaches up and touches the earring. It's like, hey everybody, we were thinking about going to the Walls Holy Man, Shaman, tribal person, whatever, and having just like a general cleansing to, in case there was anything that was lingering.
That would be smart. Okay.
Thou sort of responds back. Yeah, that sounds like a decent idea, but should we do it now, or should we try and do it after we deal with, the whole hidden people here?
So you want to possibly be under the effects of the Morbog while we deal with that?
No, I'm more so worried about one of them possibly having done something to one of the priests or something.
Well, we have a list of people that we can't trust. Why not just go to... Yes?
Oh no, if they have something done to them, it would be great if you had somebody else that could, help.
Who?
Like
I
didn't want to drain your resources, especially since... Can you cast it on yourself?
I don't know if I'll have enough mental
That's-
energy to do it all. You know what? You're right.
That's what I was saying. You have to go do it.
Yeah,
We're very rich individuals. I don't know about you, but I have a lot more coin on me. Like, I want to get rid of it.
I'm getting lighter.
I mean, I also did buy other stuff, but still.
Very good.
I mean, if it'll make you feel better, you can do it for a few of us, and then when you can't do it anymore, we can go to them.
No, I should probably save it for the road in case something happened there. Excuse me. My ego got in the way of my mind.
It's fine. I'd probably be a little miffed if someone is just like, what if we had someone else who knew how to do military things? We should go to them first.
There you
So
go.
yeah, it is. I understand. Not to say that you don't, all of you. I'm just saying, I have some formal training. Still,
Oh, just a little bit.
Look, we're all
Yes.
specialists.
it is very true. It is very true.
Listen, right, it's simple. You can sharpen a spear like no one else. Me, souffle.
I can sharpen the fuck out of a souffle.
This will be the sharpest souffle that you have ever tasted. Like, I had my tongue with sweetness.
No, that's the sharp cheddar on top. Don't ask me why we have it.
So,
Sharpen a spear, I sharpen a cheddar.
okay, we should probably go.
Anyway, enough joking.
I think we're getting distracted.
I was about to say, a sharp cheddar is probably a lot different than a sharp blade.
I don't know.
It probably kills someone too, either way.
Coat your tongue with flavour. Okay, so you're headed towards some sort of priestly authority here.
Yes. If there is I believe there is an Alshamic one, we probably will head towards that one because that is Velen's preference.
Okay, if
Yeah,
that
Liska's just gonna ask, like, who around here does that sort of thing.
all right,
She's not afraid to ask for directions.
yeah.
a woman.
So there are multiple. So actually, this would be like someone who may be capable of casting Greater Restoration. That's a pretty high level spell.
Lesser restorations can work for some, but for the greater greater...
Curses.
What's the negative thing? It's not just a curse, but it's something special the bog does. And what's the special word you use?
Sorrows?
Sorrow.
Pain?
Sorrows.
Sorrow.
Major sorrow.
Major
Major
sorrows have to be
sorrows.
greater.
There we go.
I have that
Regular
prepared, by the
sorrows.
way. I just need the diamonds.
Okay,
And
so
I can do that a few times.
best you can tell, there are only two individuals. Asking around for directions, there are only two individuals capable of casting such a spell here in the wall. One of them is a Takandan priestess that goes by the name of
Take your time.
goes by the name of Kaleka. There we go. I'll write out Kaleka. And then there's a Banzalan priest known as Tojas.
Torches. I'm sorry, that's all I heard.
God damn it.
You, of course, you.
That's how it sounded. I'm sorry, Jenna. It's a very, very exotic name.
So, priestess Kaleka and priest Tojas.
And what faiths are they?
Kaleka is a Banzal is a Takandan priestess. Tojas is a Banzalan priest. More specifically, a witch doctor type.
Okay, well, it makes sense. The people with the most religious oomph are the ones on their side, so that checks out. Is Liska voicing this to Velen? Like, hey, these people are the best at it.
Well, I imagine he heard when Liska just asked somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I had the information before acting on it. Right, I could always stop by the Alsham a bit later.
Right.
Better to go with the people who know the best of it.
I agree. Need to... I don't think we have... So Liska's going to bring up this point, it's like, I don't think that we have attuned to, like, the Waystone here. How long does that take again?
Oh, fuck, wasn't it like a day, like, kind of been a day.
Yeah, Jenner,
What's it
how
like
long does it
installed?
take to attune
yeah,
to
how
a
long-
waystone?
yeah. Typically, from the waystones you've attuned to before, it takes about an hour.
Oh, okay, wasn't it? I don't know. Vellum's passage of time is forevermore.
Yeah, same way you might attune to, say, a magic item.
An item, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll go get the, cleansing, and then we can attune to the waystone here, so we don't have to go through that shithole again.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Now,
Go.
for the sake
Angus's
of
tank.
for the sake of not having to actually go through that shithole again, I will assume that you've attuned to the waystone on the northern wall as well. So,
Oh yeah, we specifically did.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
well,
we
there you go.
couldn't go down. It's just so they there's a weird thing that allowed them to Did they teleport Vadmi, or did she go by boat?
teleported.
Yeah, she
teleported.
used the waystone.
How did she have the waystone?
I think maybe there's like a passenger type deal, like dimension door. Maybe they can bring
Uh,
somebody with them.
If I recall correctly, she teleported because they could do individual people, but something like cargo, an actual
The tank, yeah.
yeah, we had to transport that, and that was better.
Oh,
that
so
we
like the
went-
waystones are connected to each other, but for us to get back to them, we have to.
No,
It's
I don't think so. I think you can't teleport to a waystone you've never been to. I don't think so. Because otherwise, can we teleport to Tech Tahoe's right now? Like we leave behind the tank, but
Yeah, let's skip the dinosaurs. Janet was so excited.
oh, no, that's what I'm trying to clarify.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like WoW or any other MMO where you have to have been to the waystone and into it in order to.
There
teleport
is
to it.
there is likely some sort of how would you put it? Some sort of escort deal going on here. Yeah,
Okay.
in special cases like Vadmir, being a being a child. This is not. It's not gonna go through the Morborg.
Picture this.
Oh,
You're
no,
on
yeah, I
the-
understand. That's.
Yeah.
I was just asking how it happened, not
Yeah.
why. Like it was just. I was just curious because, yes, we did attune to the Northern Waystone for the express purpose that we could teleport back to it.
Okay.
Picture this. You're on waystone duty, and suddenly a small child just appears without an escort from the other side.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, we'll head to. Let's just go look to. I was like, let's head to the Banzala gentleman, Tojas, because he probably has some insight on Banzala. You know,
All
two
right.
birds, one stone.
Okay, so you asking for directions to the Banzalan shrine here in the the southern wall. You make your way through a series of hallways, a few larger, what almost look like warehouse chambers, if you will. You can see a number of crates piled on high. You can see a number of carts set by the wayside, and this is these carts. Probably where those individuals that are kind of teleported by escort from one wall to the other can probably buy or rent out carts to be used for trading routes. Nothing too fancy, which is probably why you'll get the rare few people insisting that they travel through the Morborg via escort, using their own carts and horses and mounts and all that sort of stuff. You pass that and come once again to the number of shrines and small chapels to various to the various religions, the Alchemic religion, Angelicist, the Pantheon of the Wild, the the living gods, you pass what looks like this sort of a round, cylindrical-looking chamber, where there appears to be this illusory ray of sunlight beaming down from above. You see a pool of water in the centre, a number of sort of columns extending up from it to the ceiling above, wrapped by various vines and greenery. Probably the temple to Takanda. You pass that one, and you come to a much darker chamber, one that almost looks like an open mausoleum in a way. You can see a number of shrines. Looks like very adorned with all sorts of tablets with a number of visages inscribed upon them. Visages of people probably long past. They almost look like Mexican ofrendas. However you would pronounce it, probably butchering it, but
That was pretty good.
you can see a number of these shrines decorated around the place, all sort of food offerings and scattered with all sorts of orange petals. You can see these large sculpted, carved visages of decorated skulls throughout the high walls, and a number of full skeletons on display, sort of recessed into the walls. There's no shame here. There's no full burial of the dead. There's no grim associations with death here. Death here is not something to be afraid of. And you can see in the very centre a large brazier of blue flames. And
We'll say that Liska would have given everybody directions to hear. She wouldn't just be like to Vel and be like, "Let's go," and then just left everyone hanging in the wind.
everyone else.
Yeah. And in front, sort of on the opposite side of the brazier. Now, when I say this brazier is large, it's about 10 feet by 10 feet. It's an enormous sort of bowl, sort of recessed in the centre of the ground.
It's almost like more of a ceremonial pyre
Yeah,
sort of thing,
yeah.
just in a bowl.
And you can see, sort of dotted around the edges of this bowl, are a number of skulls painted with black charcoal and decorated with sort of this golden filigrees, almost like less like one might see in some sort of necromantic ritual back in Morthholm, and more just like a respectful reverence of that
Veneration
natural
of
end.
death.
Yeah.
Like old, fucking, what is it? Russian Orthodox churches where they have literally things skulls lined with it, or like they do in France and old school stuff. Where, things are literally made out of bones out of saints.
Yes.
Good old sepulchres.
Yeah, this reverence and respect for the dead, and on the other side of this enormous brazier, you can see a familiar face you've seen once before on the outside of the wall before you entered. The elderly gentleman, sort of dressed in these dark ritualistic cloth, a number of bones sort of hanging from around his neck, and he carries this long staff that he uses as a sort of walking stick, and you can see he is in deep meditation by the blue pyre. Pyre currently sits between you and him, so he's on the other side right now.
Hello.
We all grouped up for this, right?
Yes.
There seems to be no response.
Figures.
Is the bowl completely inside into the ground?
It's sort of like jutting about a foot up. So there's this 1 foot there's this 1 foot ridge around the edge.
Okay. Angus is going to, with the back of one of his knuckles, with a pause, rap against the bowl, make it chime like a ding, ding. You know, like the meditation bowls.
You watch as the eyes of the elderly man shoot open, milky white. Seemingly
Is
he's...
everybody blind?
No. No. Just be more.
I wasn't saying that in character.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, the first thing you hear is on waking up is everyone fucking blind?
Sorry.
It's a side effect of aging. Okay, okay.
Blindness, yeah. Just pure blindness.
You can see.
Anyway, sorry.
You can see him a bit clearer now. He wears this black mantle of feathers around his chest and shoulders. You can see a large this large headdress of sort of dark black feather plumes, and this golden headband around his head. You hear him kind of croak out, "Hey, where you come to see me?"
Well, we just came out of the motorbog, and we were wondering if perhaps you were able to help cleanse us of any badness that might have followed us.
I seek to cleanse the sorrow laden upon you.
That sure, that sounds right.
The spirits I did can do this for you. Go. He holds out this long, spindly, almost withered hand towards you, and it kind of beckons you all forward.
Will Liska, the least charismatic member of the party, will do that.
All right.
And
I'm
Shawafal.
gonna-
Tell him we'll
I will waddle along.
Follow, but Sao is looking a bit hesitantly because this is new.
all the spooky
Turn to
yellow
Sao Yun. This is it's a little on the nose for you, and it's obviously he's hinting to Orcdom culture. Are you alright here? He's kind of saying that over the earring to not be rude during this, and that's just to Sal.
Sao is responding also by hearing. Just, I would be lying to say if I wasn't uncomfortable here, but I'm okay. Just, Angus can see her eyes sort of looking around with hesitation.
Although just to end with, if it's too much, let me know. Similar things, and then place you on a comfortable. Just kind of walk off with that, and just silent now.
Now, which one of you actually has sorrows? Let me check.
Vellum. If he doesn't,
Vellum
I will be
doesn't.
fucking flabbergasted.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he doesn't have sorrows.
He just
'cause
has
you did
PTSD.
mage him, but
Let's see, Dejar. I believe Bronca also has it. Yep. Bronca has minus sorrow, so that's 2. I'm wondering if he has his spell slots for this. None on Liska.
Is he able to see, like, is he able to attack the quote-unquote severity of the sorrows? Like, he doesn't have to do greater, or...
I shall get to that.
Okay.
So, looks like there's just 2 of them. 2 people.
yep, I got a greater restoration from your boy. But Vellum is feeling emotionally heavy. Definitely not because of fucking deeply embedded trauma.
Yeah, PTSD.
It's a hell of a drug.
Good old
Man,
PTSD.
what if greater restoration could heal PTSD?
Oh, that would
That
be
would
great.
be amazing.
That would be so good. Unfortunately. So, as you all approach, the old man, you can see, doesn't even seem to look towards you. His sort of withered, kind of wrinkled face with his what looks like this skull. What you previously saw was a sort of skull mask upon him. You can now just see his plain face, and there is this ashen tattoo of a skull across his upper face, from kind of upper lip to the cheekbones, all across his forehead, encircling the eyes, like a skull without a lower jaw. And you can also see embedded within his skin are these sort of gilded filigrees around his temples and forehead. And as you approach, doesn't look at you, just milky white eyes staring blank into the flames. And he begins to weave this spell. Doesn't take the form of like most of the arcane spells that you've seen Dejar weave. This is clearly some sort of divine magic. These long trails of like dry ice, like trails of blue ethereal blue ghostly magic that he weaves through the air. And he watches his eyes flash that same ghostly blue light. As you see this, Salyun, you can see some of the essence of that ghostly blue flame in the centre seems to seep into his eyes. See the bog clings to your souls, Dejar and Grunka. And this, you've not told him your names. And you feel this sort of icy cold presence within you. And he's going to rest. Double check his spell slots. Yeah, he's going to do one. Yeah, he's going to do one casting of Greater Restoration on Dejar as you watch you watch as the flame sort of shimmers and dims for a moment, and the essence of that flame plummets into Dejar's chest, and you watch it begin to draw out this dark, sinewy, ethereal, for lack of a better term, force from her. And it draws it back into the flame before it incinerates it entirely, burns it away. And you, Dejar, are no longer... You feel your strength come back to you.
you're just, for lack of a better term, she feels lighter, but whatever she just saw was unnerving.
As the blue flames burn away the shadow, you hear this faint
She slithers back a bit from that, just like, what the fuck?
Now you small one, come back to me tomorrow when I regain my strength. Okay, says Grunker.
I almost chimed in with the ye.
Yeah.
Well, assumedly, like, there's that pause of everything has concluded, so Vellum eventually speaks up. But I don't feel any different.
Your darkness be far, far deeper, Vellum. Not in that the spirits are death and cure.
His entire posture just sort of slouches a little bit. Well, thanks anyway. We had questions. We have questions for you, right? He sort of just looks around to everyone.
Yes.
What shall we ask,
Angus raises his hand.
Angus, you take lead on this. I'm gonna need to sit down a minute.
Alright.
Vellum will just head off to the side. Assumedly, there's appropriate seating somewhere, unless it's all skeletons.
There's appropriate
Chairs
kind of,
made out of skeleton.
The chairs are
Chairs made out of
skeletons
skeleton.
too.
there's a few kind of
Here be the bones
stone.
of Saint Lapis, the man with the finest and widest femurs of all around.
There is a appropriate stone seating, nothing comfortable, but it
He
functions.
needs to get off his feet.
The only this chamber is also entirely dark beyond the glow of the central pyre.
We'll go to the nearest chair, the chair that's nearest to the light.
Yeah.
Don't get blinded by it. So Angus is going to pull out the decorated skull. The one that was in the lunar cycle communion circle that was in the little stasis field in front of the council. So I found this in a very important place. He's going to present it. And we were able to sort of deduce that this is something for your god, Banzala.
Banzala.
Yes. Sorry. A little hard in my tongue. But was going in, doing this, and some of my folks have seemed to converted to that faith, but there are some sort of unsavory type folks. And you know how these things go. You know, I need to commune, and to make a long story short, I found a deal was made, and the thing that was bartered to Banzola was something of importance to us, and we would like to get it back. So we were sort of hoping that you could sort of guide us in the right way to commune with your god, respectfully, and what might be a deal, since from my understanding he likes those, that would be worth an artifact and a soul. And he kind of, you know, does the Shrek face on that.
You could have thinks for a moment. What be given to the ferryman daily ain't easily taken back. Not unless you got something of equal worth.
Well, we're sort of looking for a religiously significant tablet they have, and it's probably pretty valuable. It's, you know, mostly crystal or so. And it was bartered for the piece of the souls of a king and his council that got too far in their head with necromancy.
The soul of a
So
king.
it's
That'd be a mighty high ask.
which is why I'm coming to you, so I can figure out what's not an insulting offer for that, or what sort of errands that could be run or done to perform an act of equal value. I don't need all of his counsel, I just need him. And I need that physical tablet because it's... He's going to turn to Vellum, who I believe has Vadima with him?
I believe so.
You're muted, Sailor.
Table?
You're muted on Discord, so...
He might be away.
Oh.
He might be away. Well, then he is going to... Is Vadima with
Yep.
Willem?
Yep.
He is going to turn to Vadima and just say, What did you say what was important for...
I think... Oh no, Vadima is awake because Velen bought her cookies.
Yes.
Yes.
Good old Sugar High.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
So he's gonna... No, it's gonna go to Vadima and just turn to her like, well, what did you see? There was something with the flash and the you know, he kind of... He does the hand shape of the egg. And some sort of balanced weave filter spectrum
This is
filament.
astral filament.
There you go. Basically what we need is a way to help that, because there's something very bad working with it. And we're trying to sort of protect an astral filament. So, it's a big ask, you know, but it's pivotal for ensuring harmonies, because if we don't have that, someone I do not want to mention would gain a lot of influence over it. Circumvent it.
Thorjas sort of holds up his hand for a moment and pauses you there and says, "A mighty soul demands a mighty soul in kind. Maybe seeking a soul the ferryman has claimed. Then you must seek a mighty soul to reclaim it.
Is there any souls yet delivered that he might want brought to him? Perhaps a thorn in his side that would be a fine collection or something like that.
There are many who don't pay the toll to the ferryman. Many who don't. Many who the ferryman seeks to collect his debts from.
If we, go about collecting some of them souls that are not paying their dues, or maybe even bringing in a soul of somebody who's, helping folks not pay, and circumvent what's owed, perhaps that might be worthwhile, either one significant or maybe a few lesser added together that equals that soul on that day. Would that be fair?
You best be asking the ferryman himself. It not be my place to make a deal on his behalf.
That's exactly your place, but okay. That wasn't in character, by the way. That was just me forgetting I'm not in.
Oh, right. We're a bit far away from his necropolis still, so it's kind of hard to make that deal now. But I was hoping to get insight on sort of what might be good practice in courtesy for interacting, so I don't say something that to my people is fair, but to him is a slap across the bollocks, I do want to be respectful, it's just so I'm hoping you might have any sort of insight, and also make sure... How do I phrase this properly? I'm looking for a kind way of saying, but I don't know how to say it. I know he loves his deals and he also loves his tricks. I don't mind a little bit of harmless fun, but I don't want to be manipulated. Do you have any wisdom to give me and my friends in a way that keeps all trickery, the fun and shenanigans, and keeps us in good light with your God, so he does not want to trick us out of malice?
Well, how would you speak to our respected father?
Kindly, reverence, patience, perhaps not understanding, but listening.
Do not bring malice to one's father, and one's father will not bring malice to you.
Right, that turns to the party. That's pretty straightforward. I was worried it would be worse, but that's
So
great.
what you're saying is don't try to trick him and he won't try to trick us?
Of course, but all deals come with a price. It may not be a permanent price, but a price it still is. Consider it a form of insurance.
That's concerning.
Ominous.
To ensure that you hold up your end of the deal.
Okay. I mean, I can understand that. It's a little difficult to pay a price for an object you haven't gotten yet. You know, sort of a little different if the thing is guaranteed, you know. You pay for the meal and the meal comes to you. It's a little bit different than paying to go and look at a menu
Take,
and then pay.
for example, these. Those that skip out on their dates owed to the ferryman. If you were to go claim those dates for him, maybe he'd take something of yours until he gets what he wants back. And then, after the deal is complete, you're returned what you are owed.
Oh, so we don't take the souls for ourselves with the information. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Well, who's comfortable with that? As he kind of turns to the others. The silence is foreboding.
If we're just sorting out what should have been in the first place, then I don't think I have issue with it.
I am hesitant to speak on this matter mostly because we haven't actually met this Bansala yet. And as much as I would like to just do an agreement and let that be that, I don't know. I have an odd feeling about it all.
Got a little weird. This guy looks to the priest like, so you're saying that he, like, if we can either bring something to the table immediately and do some exchanging somewhere. Where would we exchange, by the way? She asked the priest.
One can make an exchange through by communing with the ferryman himself, but you want to meet him in person. You can find him at his necropolis, the center of the Tanzan wilds.
Okay. So we can go there and try to like barter and whatnot, or we can try to figure out who owes him debts or something, get them and bring them, and that might help his disposition. But like it seems like this is all very, it seems like everyone's trying, I mean, no offense, and she looks between the priest and like the party, like, no offense, but it seems like everyone's trying to shortchange everybody else right now. Like nobody seems to be coming to this in good faith, and that is specifically what he, and she motions to the priest, says that Bansala doesn't like. So I don't know, do we want to continue with this? Because it seems like just the sheer reluctance in and of itself is a bad sign. Like, nothing he said makes it seem like Bansala would treat us fairly if we try to treat him fairly. In fact, like, the only way bad things would happen, and she points this out, like, is if we try to fuck him over.
Hey, listen here. The only reason why I'm hesitant about any of this is because I am way out of my field.
I mean, do you not think I am?
You can see Sarah just raise her hand with a pointed finger for a moment and just lower and just be like, you got me there.
I'm just a little worried because the phrasing makes it seem like, oh, we'll take something precious of yours until you bring it back. Man, is he taking my soul until I bring back a bunch of others?
How would he take your soul and you bring something back? You'd be dead.
He's very powerful. Maybe I could. I have no idea the competencies or capabilities, excuse me, and that's just a little scary because, you know, hey, give something forward to do a job for me. It's like paying to go to work, and it's a little bit scary, just being honest, what he would want for insurance to work for him. We don't have a choice. Because we need that tablet, but it's just here, Razor. But you seem like you want to say something, Bill. What is it? I'm sorry.
Vellum does speak up, rather. So like his eyes aren't focused on like the group in discussion, but he does speak up regardless.
Back home, if merchants were making deals, they'd meet in person. They'd see each other face to face before any terms are set. That's just sensible business. So I figure we should at least meet the man before we go making any assumptions.
Fair.
Nothing's set in stone until we decide it is.
And plus, it would probably get us a better idea of what he would consider like equivalent exchange for what we're asking, instead of just getting a general sense of like, this might be worth something, and in the end it's just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this means nothing to me.
I think meeting them first is the next step.
No, you're right.
It's
I didn't even get your name.
The,
Could you set something up for us?
the priest kind of holds out his hand for a moment and sort of nods for a moment. The worst thing that you can do to the ferryman, be approaching him with a bad deal. I may be able to set something up. It will only go so far. The best way to get his attention, make a deal with the ferryman, be to meet him in person. Not behind the veil of a commune spell. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it works, but not always.
Dean, could you arrange that for us? Let them know what we're interested in, and that we would like to make a fair deal.
He nods. Come to me on the morrow. First thing. I will have what is necessary.
Thumbs up. Sounds great to me, boys.
Oh, sorry, hang on there. There we go. He says, come to me on the night tomorrow when the moon is the highest in the sky. There we go. It's clarification.
Very good.
Very important.
So tomorrow.
Awesome. See you at midnight.
Yep. So tomorrow night.
Tomorrow's going to be eventful.
Very eventful.
So
All
do
right.
we like owe you anything for what you did, or like?
He kind of outstretches a long, sort of gangly hand. A single gold piece, the toll for the ferryman.
Let's take a look at the jar.
for the services, or is that like a spiritual binding thing?
Just give him the coin, Angus.
No, Dejado's the one that happened to.
Well, you know what? On her behalf, I'll give, I'll give the physical object. Here. He'll fish out a coin.
Yeah, because I think
This is for her fare. I'm paying for her fare then. I'm gonna take off a gold coin.
It's very fair of you.
You know, I strive for it.
He looks.
And thank you for your time.
He looks to the rest of you. It seems it wasn't just a single gold piece for the lot of you, but a single gold piece from all of you.
Yes, he did give all of us the rundown. Villain's gonna get up and just 1 gold coin in the pot.
Like, I don't know, when I go in and get my car checked, they do that for free. It's just if an issue.
car?
It's just. It's a cart.
Cart, okay, I didn't hear the T.
It's alright. You're used to not hearing T's in ye old merry English.
British.
At least we don't
British.
get rid of our U's.
Yeah,
alright.
Yeah, the
Settle
ones
down,
that you
settle
honestly
down.
pronounce. But you
sounds
just
like
stick
a
them into
you
words.
Go back to Collins. Anyways.
Settle down.
They go back to colonies, yeah, Wales.
How dare you, our country.
Anyway.
But yes.
Alright.
So
So
hey,
everybody
so-
takes off a gold coin,
Yes.
because we all got information.
Yep.
Except
It- it-
Gronka.
it's
He's
the
coming back
courtesy of
tomorrow
giving us
for an
the
extra gold coin.
Yeah.
The spiritual, physical.
Let's get metaphysical. Physical.
Alright.
Okay.
So that's
see.
done.
Dejar, are you going to do yours as well?
Are you back, Spice?
I think Spice is still BRB.
Ah, okay. I'll just.
Yeah, he's been gone since 1:30. I hope something's not gone wrong.
Take
let him
off
know
a
when he's
coin
back.
from my own sheet, so
Okay.
I just had
Alright.
1 gold coin as well, so hey.
Alright, I do want to hang on at some point, but I've been doing a lot of talking. Does anybody want to do anything since I've been sort of talking a lot? Does anyone else want to?
Oh, you mean involving this particular interaction, or once we leave this?
Well, I have nothing left for the Bonzalin priest. However, I've been talking a lot, and I don't want to immediately go into me and, yeah, I could tell. By the way, good job with the improvement on the improv. But yeah, I don't want to then be talking so much here, and then immediately go into another scene for me where I'm talking.
Okay.
Does anyone want to do anything? Share the spotlight.
If your stuff is immediate, then mine's more of a late, more of like a as we're closing in the night thing. Anyone else want to do anything?
Mine would also fall under late at night kind of thing.
I don't really have anything right here, right now.
Yeah, I'm fine letting you do your thing, and then whatever us evening folk want to do is all kosher.
All right.
The most I want to do is do some scroll scribing for a spell. Do some prep work for that.
In
Mostly to take her minds off the fact that she was just in a certain place that is basically doing necromancy.
Ooh, skeletons.
skeletons everywhere for the person with generational trauma. Oh no. Then I would like to talk to Largrim. However, it is a crafting related thing, so I have reason to bring along Vellum and even Sal if we want.
I'm cool with that.
Sure. Back.
Welcome back, Spice. I was about to go haggle, but is there anything you would like to do? Any social moments you would like to have? We just finished talking to the Von Zahlen priest and got some information.
Yeah.
Everybody paid a gold coin
Okay.
for information.
Yeah, TLDR. That he's gonna do a commune spell for you all on tomorrow night.
Yep.
Okay.
At midnight, we're gonna go there.
I'm gonna want to talk to Salyun first.
Sure.
Okay. Are we're all just leaving the Bazalin temple right now?
Yeah, we're just all stepping out the Von Zahlen bone zone.
Alright. The Hyarla will put her hand on Sao's shoulder to get her
And
attention.
you see Sao sort of jump a little.
The Hyarla backs up the way. Whoa. Okay, I just wanted to have a talk.
Alright, I'm fine.
I wasn't. You know what? I'm not gonna ask. Do you still have that? What was that thing you? I remember you grabbed something off a smith's table in Morthholm.
I grabbed a few things.
It looked like a sword's hilt or something. I'm guessing right now. I was in the middle of not trying to get blasted. From Karath.
Let me see. You mean this? And Sao pulls out a sword hilt.
Yes, that exactly. I would like that, but you want it for. Would you like exchange it for money or something? That I have a plan for that.
First and foremost, do you know what it is?
No, but I was going to check it out first.
I already have.
Well, okay. So what is it?
You know Vellum's sword hilt and how it spews out a beam of light?
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing except more dark.
Like shadows?
Yes. It's not quite as powerful, but
I'll be frank.
hello,
I
Frank.
want. I want to learn the way of the sword, at least, as a final way of defense. Not offense, but defense. I am a mage. I hardly have just any armor except this leathers, and I carry daggers. I want a little something more that I can
Alright.
use.
Before I hand you anything, you should at least train and practice. For that, I would suggest either Vellum or Liska. You probably
I'll
need to
ask.
talk with both of them because Vellum knows the way around wielding a blade that is just the hilt, because remember, swords usually have weight. Liska is probably more fun with cleaning stuff.
She nods her head. I'll
I
do
need to
just
talk with her
that.
as well about sword practice, because I am more or less in the same shoes as you on that.
When you mention shoes, she just looks down, just wiggles her hair like, really now?
I'm aware of the
Racism.
irony.
Yeah, I'm just joking. But yes, it came to my realization. As much as I specialize in the arcane, I need to become well-rounded. At least I break. Also, on that other note, I want to have your opinion on certain spells. Just, a think tank. I think is the term they used in Polymath College. Bounce ideas around.
Alright.
Not now, but a little later.
We'll see. I think we are doing a lot of things at once currently.
Okay.
All right. So,
What was that insight roll for, Jay?
nothing.
It's
see-
always concerning when the
you
DM
see,
makes a
um,
roll.
You see Vladimir kind of looking at you with this curious gaze, like she's trying to. You've been fairly kind of I don't know how I'd say it, like
Concerned?
It's
not
distracted.
distracted, yeah,
Yeah,
best way of putting it. And she gives you she tries to give you a keen look, but she's too the poison's still kind of wearing off at this point. Despite despite the best effects of lesser restoration, it takes it's made her tired more than anything else.
Given that response, I would like to counter insight.
Sure. 17.
If she's being honest about her current state of being, because like at first he was going to take a word for it, but then she's got that look like.
Best you can tell, she's I mean, with like a nat 1 for a 2, I don't think you'd be able to. She looked concerned for you. Yeah, she looked like she was concerned for you, but didn't seem to notice anything was off, and sort of continued to munch on her small batch of cookies.
It was more directed at the statement of if she's good enough to like be under her own power, because like at first it seemed fine, but then
Yeah, she seems tired. Plus, it's getting into the late evening at this point.
all right. Well, he's gonna just give her a tussle of the hair a little bit.
All right, but if you start struggling, you let me know, all right?
Okay. The cookie?
I'm all right. Those are for you.
Just entire cookie. Shoo.
Yeah.
Alright, well, he's gonna just head off with everyone else, presumably, because we're all skedoodling.
All right.
Make sure she's in tow.
you are settled. He looks from Dejar and Salia and then over to Vellum. I was hoping I'll go on an errand, and I, don't need it, but if you want to accompany, there's a neat looking magic item sold by the stout lad just down the way, and I was thinking you might be a very useful conversation piece. If you might want to join me.
Why not? Pique my curiosity.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't mind. I could use something to take my mind off, and she just sort of slightly looks around with her eyes.
It involves magic crafting.
I
Well,
mean,
I've swung by that place once already, but can't help to take a closer look, I suppose.
I would love if you joined as well, Vellum. I think just showing your Sunblade would really help my negotiations.
Yeah, it was more of a passing transaction last time I went in. Lingering about a bit, I won't be able to see some things.
Right. So, I think it was down the hall yonder way. Logrin was the glad, I think.
Alright, so you headed towards Lagrim.
Yep.
So, what specifically are you asking him?
I want to buy Life Burst,
Alright, so,
but I want to do a little RP moment and haggle.
alright, yeah. This thing, a gentleman came through a few years ago trying to sell a few of his wares. Looked like he was right down in his luck trying to make an extra bit of coin. Sold off his mace of all things.
Oh, that's
It's not my handiwork. I think it was an Alshamic fellow.
That's what I was thinking, looking at it. It definitely has that sort of atmosphere and to it. Oh no, was he the one that sold that too? As he points to the breastplate.
Which breastplate is this? This is the breastplate of the Morning Lights.
Morning light. Yeah.
The thematics are in play.
Oh, aye, it was the same lad.
Oh, and that as he points to the shield.
Not quite. This one. I'm right proud of this one. Made it myself a long time ago.
Oh, that looks quite nice, actually. It was so
Some of my finest.
unified. I thought it was all from the same lad who was having a hell of a time.
Oh no, not quite. But I was inspired by the craftsmanship across this breastplate here.
It's quite nice, isn't it? He kind of looks over the ball.
He is...
mhm.
No, I was just saying he does approach closer, especially with all the talk of it being Alshamic origin and craft work involved, and he does silently sort of stand next to Angus and look it over as they're having their conversation.
The lad here happens to actually be something of like a sword saint. It might be for one of them in their type.
Oh, aye.
Blessed even. I mean, he's got the thing to put. Vellum, would you show the lad your thing?
There's a pause as his eyes are locked on the piece, but then he just snaps out of it. Oh, right, yeah. He'll just fish into his arm and just pull out the heraldry. Just let it hang pridefully.
yeah, he knows.
Oh,
He knows.
He knows.
It knows.
oh, that's some significant stature right there. So,
and he's even-
right pretty amulet. You've, I mean, you've been an Al-Shamik chosen.
I've been blessed, I know that much.
There's only ever been a handful of the Al-Shamik blessed in history. I don't know that what was his name? Katesh was his name. I know that he had a similar amulet. Oh, what you cherish what you got there, lad.
Did he have a glowing sword too?
No, not quite. It was more of from historic texts. From what I've read. Aye, it's more like a glowing spear.
Oh, there you go. How come you got a sword made out of light, but he had a spear? Shouldn't you have a spear?
Well, considering where we found
Yeah, a
this,
sword
I'm
made
not
out.
exactly gonna be-
Hold on, a sword made out of light. I mean, like one of those sun blades talked about in the Al-Shamik texts.
Sarah just sort of elbows Vellum a bit. Come on.
Yeah, I know. We found this a while back. Very, very remote place. And he just sort of pulls the hilt out and just out of the blade.
Lalgrim has to kind of shield his eyes for a moment. Everyone else kind of because
You're used to this shit by now.
yeah. Lalgrim's
Cataracts.
Lalgrim's shop isn't. It's not like an actual store. It's more like just. He's just one smith
Front
among
house.
many who's decided to sort of sell his wares. This whole forging area, you can see a number of other blacksmiths, creating swords and stuff for the rest of the order.
Oh right, shit. Sorry.
And-
And then he dims the light.
Yeah.
Not blind him.
A number of the other smiths around just got to kind of shield their eyes as well. Oh, down spirit. You know that from what I've read, there's only ever 100 of those ever made. Way back then. They're like artifacts from a different time.
Well, they still hold up. It's one of the few reasons I use this thing.
Yeah, you got a lot of
obvious.
You got a lot of valuable stuff on your lad. I would hold close to that.
Eee.
Don't need to
Wouldn't
tell
want
me
it taken.
twice. And he just deactivates it back in the pocket. Still lovely, treats it like a fucking like a sidearm. Like he's got a tiny holster for it underneath.
Well, Vellum, I'm sorry you're not one of a kind. A lot of 100's not bad.
Well, that sort of thing doesn't bother me too much.
But, the reason I came here to you, is cause these folks. So,
Oh,
I don't know if you saw...
the mace. Hold on, and it brings it back out.
Yep. So, the mangas, the charters, my name is listed as Arngrim. We're a little bit far away, but do you happen to be part of the Confederation?
Oh, the Confederation of Clancrafts. Aye. I'm hoping to work my way up the ranks.
He's gonna pull out his guild ledger.
Lalgrim also pulls out his as well. He's a little bit higher station than yours.
Makes sense. I haven't been there to show off the stuff I've done.
The charter measuring
right.
contest.
It's always nice to meet a superior. I'll have to learn some of your techniques, perhaps someday.
I like to think I do my fair share of work. Probably the work I've been doing for the wall here. That's been See, I'm a what you call a contract worker. I'm here on here to do a bit of work on the wall to maybe raise my status within the guild itself.
Looks like it's working. You're already ahead of me.
Aye, maybe do your fair share of work. You'll be able to far surpass me in no time.
I haven't been able to get back to the capital yet, but the great metal cart you see out there is me making. Runs off runes, does it? A complex.
That thing's yours.
Aye?
Why
Made
are
it myself?
Why aren't you? You should be my forest master.
I do have a temple being made in
I heard something
way
about a
back.
temple being made back in Mealand.
Aye.
The room is true.
So quite a few lads have already gone there and are helping, and I'm trying to collect some of the finest of the crafts. You know, I don't know how long your contract is here, but you know, I'd be willing to pay a fine coin to have someone like you to help make me more of those, and you know, things like this, as he points to his own breastplate. This is one of my first pieces that I'm proud of that did any runecraft.
It's mighty fine work
anyway.
there. But my contract runs out in a few months. I'll consider your offer.
Hey, I've got quite a bit saved up in the bank, so even if I'm not there, you know, you can speak to the lad Brassheim, and you know, he's overseeing those things at the moment, and you know, he could get you on a payroll pretty quickly. But you know, I think there's a lot of newer folks that would really benefit from somebody who's skilled and great leader like you. But the point being is,
Right, let's get down to business, shall we?
I'm trying to move forward with runecraft, and to be honest with you, I'm looking to destroy that mace. And from it, I'm trying to salvage the runes and their patterns. Because I also got this, you know, I got this a wee bit early, and it's going to bring out the healer's mantle. Noticing if I have this, and I work alongside with something like that mace, I could equip a legion of shield bearers, and we would be able to figure out how to severely reduce the risk of death of those in battle, especially against those with things that have a tendency to bleed, like greenskin weapons.
Talking mighty high concept here.
It's
a legion.
It would be difficult, but I
mean, you
want to start with the temple and sorry, go ahead.
Not many people can break down enchantments from magic items, but I've only heard that the Doonheart Forge can do that.
I'm hoping to learn how to do something similar, study there for a little bit, and then put something in my own temple. I'm a capable spellcaster, actually. I can see things as they are and find divine paths. I can, you know, even through here, I was able to call forth sun from the sky, or at a moment, you know, I can right back over to the other side of the wall and recall myself there with a simple word. So I'm fairly capable, including with fabricating and creation of things from nothing. So I'm decent with spells. I feel I can do it.
Decent with spells, but better as a cook.
If you brought the head of Mortithax out in the front of that metal drum, I will take your word for it.
So, I was hoping to get a discount with you. I know I already have, but I'll be honest, I'm tight for coinage. But I can offer services. I can magically create things within an hour, up to, you know, a few hundred gold pieces. In an hour, I can turn things that are, you know, as long as I got the worth of the metal, I can turn it into anything, including non-metal. You know, I can, over the course of 10 minutes, I can turn something into something else, you know.
He kind of holds out his hand. You very skilled, I get that. Make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. For advantage.
25.
Would you like a +4?
Would you like overkill?
I'm here anyway.
Alright,
So I'm hoping that with what I can do magically and with my own skills and with plenty of drink from me alchemy jug, we could have a productive day or two, however long you see fair, to earn that. Or at least significantly discount it, because I can't really afford it after buying the mantle.
I tell you what. You come to me tomorrow and show me your smithing skills. Make good on that. Make good on a suggestion about maybe a contract in that fancy new temple, if you know anyone there. And I might let's say 50% off.
Deal. That sounds right to me.
Alright, well, come back tomorrow, show me those skills, and I'll sell this for a fairly decent discount.
I appreciate your generosity and look forward to working underneath you.
Yeah. He holds out a hand.
Shake it.
Forearm grip.
Forearm grip. Dylan. Son of a bitch.
So, you have a forging date.
Hell yeah.
That is so dwarven.
Forging date.
Not just that, like, oh yeah, they're just slowly humble bragging to each other about, oh, you should be above me, and oh, I should learn from you, and just really trying to smooth talk each other into things.
That's the art of the deal, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how great I am, but I think you're amazing. Oh, why thank you, look at how great I am, but obviously I'm saying you're better, so you can do anything of all the great achievements I just did. You can do more, you're awesome. It's just, you know.
Of course.
You definitely had the
showing
advantage
off
with him having the bigger chart.
Yep, but Angus being a dwarf and coming in on that fucking steam hammer with the head of Mortithax. Yeah, that's what made it advantage.
Big points.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, party.
You're welcome.
Problem.
I have not done everything alone.
We know.
Awesome.
Steam hammer.
I love that it just becomes a compulsion. It's like, yep, all me. Every time there's a group thing, it's like, oh
Yeah.
yes, I solo Mortithax. It was fantastic. Compulsive brag.
All right,
Help
so
me, I can't stop.
as you roll, is there anything else anyone wants to do?
No.
Evening stuff. Besides that,
Evening stuff.
So
Yeah, the only thing I could probably think of is... scroll work for me.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, that could probably be achieved in the rest of the evening.
I'm not planning to make anything big. I just want to make like a first level scroll,
Yeah. Test
Yeah, we
test
can't-
out the
which-
feature.
which takes like 8 hours for me. So
Alright. So as you all kind of gathered here, eventually you see Selma Dawnbringer approaching with Zerth. There's a well, thanks to Mr. Al Lucius here, we have a better we have a heading as to who we should look out for. I will ensure that your chambers are well guarded should you seek rest. I will speak to these individuals, see if they falter, see what more we can learn from our guest in the dungeon. Take advantage of that enchantment Mr. Alucius here put upon him.
It's fine. And it's Aloysius. Aloysius.
Aloysius.
No,
Apologies.
that's Sius. Aloysius.
Aloysius.
Luicus. I know, I
See,
understand.
this is why I just call him Al.
Oh, you call me Zerth, you tiny mustachioed buffoon.
Yes,
Mr.
but
Zerth.
not on the tabs.
It's true. But no, it's fine. I understand demonic names can be a bit difficult for those, but again, it is fine. And of course, I do what I can. I've still maintained, so he will treat those that were down there at the time of the asking as allies. So you should be able to get potentially more information out of him, at least for another few hours.
Indeed, and that's much appreciated.
Very welcome.
I believe your skills could be of some use to us as we make our way around here. I would ask that you join us. War Master, come with me. And Iskal gives a salute against his breastplate, and she looks to you, Zerth. Perhaps your magic might reveal a few things.
Good. And he's going to look to the party and be like, I'm sorry, a woman has asked for my presence, I must go. And he's going to give like a bow and follow.
Alright. Chuck says, they will guard an escort for us. And Selma replies, bring shackles and rope. They may be necessary. Things go south.
Time for them to do the rounds.
Alright. And they make their way off down into the main hall, the main antechamber.
Nice.
So, what would you like to do?
Avon, you had something evening-wise planned. Do you want to go first?
Sure. With the kind of like Liska in her, like, it's been quite some time and she's had some stuff here and there. She's going to go to the small little shrine, because you said that the one for the primal spirits is
Pantheon of the Wild, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of tiny, but she's going to go over and she's going to
Or the burr.
yeah, she's going to put some like rations into the shrine, like an offering, kind of touch it, bow her head for a second, and then she's going to go, if she can, outside of the wall on the Tansian side, not on the Morbok side.
No.
And she's going to kind of move what does the kind of surrounding area look like on the wall? Like
Let's see here. I will bring you over to the map. Okay, so it's because I actually have some notes here as well. You do see kind of everywhere surrounding you appears to be this sort of boggy landscape on both sides of the wall. Trees are sparse and barren. Far below, you can see that on the Tansian side of the wall, the ground is drier than the Morbog. As you make your way up to the top of the wall, there's this earthy scent that fills the air, and you gather, even though the otherworldly influence of the Morbog is sort of held back by this great structure, it's more mundane aspects in the surrounding landscapes on the Tansian side are still felt. And it's difficult to see much beyond that faint fog.
So is there forests or like? I didn't want to go up to the top. She wanted to like leave the wall if she could.
Oh, okay. Leaving, you probably have to ask someone for that, but it would be possible. The only way to actually leave the wall would be from like the other side of the central gate. So you ask around. The walls themselves are kind of parted before you, using a similar ritual to where when you came in.
I'm sorry, is this entire wall just vacuum sealed on the inside?
Who knows? She's going to, like, when she sees like all that it takes, she's gonna be like, she's gonna look to the people like, okay, I'll be back in a little bit. You probably, like, if you just want to leave it cracked, that's cool.
Yeah.
But so she's going to exit the wall towards the Tansian Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And is it still super can't see a thing? Super foggy?
Yes. You gather you may have to travel for a couple of days before you can actually see any different landscapes.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what is the landscape? You said it's very arid. Like, I don't know what's around the non-bog side of the wall.
It's drier than the Morbog. It's still a little bit damp here and there. Sort of dry brushlands, and trees here seem to be sparser than the bog. It's just this long, endless stretch of land.
Okay. This is going to kind of follow the road for, I don't know, because she assumes there's a road heading away from the Morbog.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to follow the road for a few minutes and then veer off to the side and then walk for a few more minutes. And I imagine that she's surrounded by fog at this point.
Yep.
Okay. And then she's going to, with her foot, her hoof, draw a arrow in the sand of the way that the road is.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to kind of step off from that, sit down. She's going to sit, and she's going to kind of meditate and commune with Borg.
Ah, okay. So, because this is a bit strange, because you can't typically cast that spell.
No. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean like in a magical sense. Just
metaphorical communion.
Yeah. Like, she's going to, like, offer thanks,
Mm-hmm.
and like in protecting her party and her friends, and giving basically the strength to save Vellum and bring him back. And yeah, she's just going, like, she's not expecting a like call and response. She's just essentially being like, hey, I brought this, and she'll get the two halves of the adamantine keystone, and like put it on the ground in front of her. Yeah, she's kind of kneeling, sitting on her haunches, and is going to like put her hands on it and say, this in and of itself offers great protection, but given what I've learned since I started my journey with this group, given what I've learned and have come to view the spirits, I ask that you imbue it with some of your own strength so that I might protect those with it. And she's going to like do that. And
so this is the what object?
This is the adamantine keystone, the giant fucking block made of pure adamantine.
Yep. Okay.
And she's going to kind of sit back and be like, I know you don't really do big flashy things, and even if it's just, you know, a metaphorical blessing, that is cool with me, but it would be really cool if you allow me to protect those that I care about. And she just kind of sits back and just chills, listening to the surroundings and being at home in what appears to be a somewhat mountainous region.
You meditate for a minute, 2 minutes. You hear the light breeze that whips past you. You hear the occasional call of an eagle on the distant horizon. The breeze whips by you again. And there's this light current that begins to whip around you. This chill in the air. But it's not a deathly chill. Not the cold, spiteful chill. It's a chill that you're familiar with from your homeland. A chill from the mountains. And for the faintest moment, you see whipping by your vision a couple of snowflakes before they're blown away by the wind.
Liska is going to... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Liska is going to grab and hold the pendant, the bear pendant, at her neck, and just like see if it has taken on a chill as well.
It's taken on some chill. There, you sense potential about to be unlocked.
She's going to wait a bit longer, because she's okay with staying out there for a while if need be, but if nothing immediately or relatively soon, or happens relatively soon, she's going to like take that as a sign of how things are or how things potentially could be, and she's going to take the adamantine and put it back in her bag. And she's going to follow her hoofprints with the arrow's help back to the wall.
Okay. The wall is cracked ajar for you. You make your way back inside.
She slips back in. Like, thank you, I appreciate it. And then she's gonna head back to the shrine, toss in a couple gold as well, alongside the rations. And then, head back to... we still don't know what room there are, so she's gonna ask around for that.
Okay.
She's gonna ask in the evening, like, hey guys, where are we staying for the night?
Okay, so needless to say, you are shown to your rooms. They're again, nothing special. They are, what's the word? Ascetic? Spartan, yeah.
Aesthetic.
Yeah. It's a simple bed. Liska, with your size, a couple beds are set aside for you to push together. There's a simple bowl of freshly drawn warm water that you can wash yourself with. The windows are facing the south side, so you don't have this awful view out into the Morbog. Said it's set out to the Tandian side, so there is light in there. There's a couple of torches. It's serviceable for a night's sleep. If there's anything you all wish to kind of talk with each other before such a time, if you wish to rest for the night, you can do so.
I didn't have a thing to do. Probably would have been like shortly after the whole blacksmith thing. We're getting religious in this bitch, because Vellum's also gonna go do some pray stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, gonna head to the, I almost said Alcove of Alsham or whatever they've got set up. And, it's like, what are the facilities like?
It's sort of like what you could consider a mosque in this type of world. It's serviceable for an Alshamic shrine. You can see these enormous, well, not enormous. These fairly large stained glass windows of seem to be emitting this illusory golden light.
Okay, and presumably there is a space or spaces for prayer.
It's a large open sort of
Big
ground
area,
where no pews, no places for people to sit. There are a number of rugs that can serve as places to kneel upon for praying to the sunrise and the sunset.
Okay. Well, knowing this takes a while, after like getting into there a bit, he's gonna turn to Vladimir and just take a knee and start rummaging for something in his bag. I've got a couple things for you, buddy.
Ooh.
Tell me, do you know anything about attunement, or because I know it's more of a adventuring concept?
She's just gonna make an Arcana check for that.
Because we take attunement for granted, because it is something specifically people who see combat quite a lot, or people who specialize in.
Vatman knows a little about attunement. That is for like powerful magic items, I think.
Magic. I'm learning there's some magic items that are big enough to need it. Yeah. And he's going to take out the God, what was the name of it again? It's in my inventory and I closed my sheet like an idiot. The figurine of wondrous power.
Ooh.
Silver Raven. So it's like takes this little silver raven out.
Did you make that for me?
No, I didn't make this. I can't make things like this. Saw this in the shop and after chatting with the shopkeep about what it did and all that, figure it might be something useful for you. And he's gonna very carefully put it in her hand.
She kind of gingerly cups her hand, takes it. What does it do?
Well, it can.
Is that why
make
you're
a
talking? Is that why you're talking about the jewel? Is it magical?
Yes, yes, it is. This can make a little bird that you can give a message to, and you tell it to go find in someone, and they will pass the message along. So if you're ever in a situation where you're not feeling safe or something suspicious is going on, you can use this and get one of us to help. Get somebody to help.
Kind of pauses for a moment to inspect it with a big smile on her face, and just throws her arms around you, big hug.
Oh.
Thank
Now,
you.
do you want me to explain how to attune to it?
Yes, please. But does not know much about magic items. She knows a bit about magic, but not magic items.
It's alright, I'm still figuring it out myself in some cases. Well, the way I learned it, no matter what it is, you take some time to understand what it is and what it can do. And he'll sort of fiddle with his gauntlets, because he's still attuned to those at the moment. Sometimes it can be something as simple as wearing it in, getting a feel for it. And sometimes it's as simple as just taking some time to reflect on what it can do. I think usually takes like a good hour, which is a long time to be staring at something and fiddling with it, but that way you just know everything it's capable of, and you can use it without
So if
feeling like you're messing it up.
But me has heard that magic items are made with runes. Maybe if Fatmir studies the magic runes, he might be able to attune to it.
Yeah, that's a good thinking. A lot of people have their own process from what I'm picking up. So whatever works for you will work for you. Then he gives her a little tussle of the hair.
Okay.
Let's see, what else was it? This one ain't as fancy, but I figure it might be useful if,
Wait, you got more stuff?
just one more thing, I didn't want to spoil you. He says with a small smirk.
And at this point, yeah, it's easy to see from your passive insight. She looks like a kid on Christmas.
It's nothing fancy. It's the polar collapsing.
Oh yeah.
Just like it's because at the 1 foot size, it'll be good size for her to have just like a useful tool. But then like, I'm thinking she could probably get out of some scrapes with it. But he's just gonna take that out, hand over.
You're handing an expandable pole to a kid. Do you know what?
Shenanigans? Yes. Look at me, I'm tall. Fully expecting all sorts of nonsense to occur, but it may get her out of some tough spots. But yeah, he'll take it out. Now this one ain't as fancy, but so just fiddles with it because the only understanding he has of it is the brief moment he had a conversation with the shopkeeper about what it does, and then it just goes into the full 10-foot size. So right, there's this to. Then it goes back to small again. There you go. Should come in useful.
But we has heard of something called pole vaulting.
There might be something you can practice when we're out of the wall.
Oh, okay. She
It's always good. Sorry.
She immediately begins extending it, contracting it, extending it, contracting it.
No, I've learned that it's always good to have a useful tool like this about.
She holds it out to one side vertically and extends it and immediately just out of her hand.
I know she's gonna knock like at least 5 things over while I'm praying, but you know what? She's happy, so it's fine. Now, I'm gonna be praying for a bit. I'll just be right over there if you need me.
Okay.
But in that time, you might be able to figure you knew trick it out.
Thank you. And just immediately another hug.
Yeah, well, figure you deserve it. This is like a pat, trying to sort of, like, not trying to push her away, but just like, okay.
Okay, hug time down.
Slightly
hug time down
now.
now.
Go pray now.
Okay, so she goes off and you can, as you're praying, you just hear her just playing with the.
Trying to explain magic items is kind of fun.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking forward to, explaining magic items to someone who doesn't have the assumption of knowing how they work. But yeah, Dylan's gonna just find a nice quiet spot and pray to Olsham, specifically about giving thanks to granting him light in the darker times.
Alright.
I.e. the bitch slap to Mortathax.
Oh yeah.
And just allowing him the grace of surviving that ordeal. For whatever, regardless of whatever wounds he sustained, both emotionally and physically. And just taking that nice, quiet time to not have the world exist for a while.
Yeah.
And then after that, Felon will also ask around about what sleeping quarters have been arranged.
Alright.
And then
Yep.
eventually find his way.
Yep. So sleeping quarters are arranged for you all, and you do
Is
find
it individual or are we all clumped in the big one?
it's all individual. 6 rooms in total. I think Zerth's room is from what Zerth showed you. It's next to Zerth's room, so 7 rooms in total. There you go.
Please let the walls be
Yeah,
sound isolated.
if we got thin walls, we got a problem. Jokes aside, yeah, Velen will settle in and probably just fucking pass the hell out in the chair or something.
Alright.
When they get to their room, you guys gonna try and lockpick that lockbox?
Yes, you were talking about this, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so, do you have a set of thieves' tools?
Yes, I do.
Are you proficient?
Yes, I am. I'm a thief.
Make me a dexterity check with your thieves' tools.
Okie doke.
Yeah, you unfortunately, in the process of...
Did you attune to the icon?
You do have your Thread of Fate.
If you've gained it.
Hold on.
Yes. It is listed as 1 out of 1.
Yes, I am.
Jesus. Okay, I have my thieves' tools. Tink! Well, good thing I'm near a shop.
Motherfucker. Okay, here we go.
Expect the vendor to just be like getting multiple visits from the Jara throughout the evening. It's like, another set of thieves' tools? Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this ability and then try that again. God damn.
12. Okay, not... 12 would be unsuccessful. You gather...
I feel like Sam might just have a look inside, just be like, do you need help?
I do. This thing has been bothersome.
Zerth is gonna look inside and be like, hey, you need help?
The walls really are thin. Everyone heard her cursing to herself.
I'm hearing so very many sounds of metal snapping. Do you need help, my friend?
It is hard to get into the groove with all that snapping.
Nah, so I
Snappy
should
and
go
cursing.
help.
Yeah, Zerth is just wearing a towel. It's like, hey, so...
The judge just goes like, I'm just so frustrated. I just need to open this lockbox.
Wait, isn't Zerth with Selma doing the rounds?
No, I know. Like,
Oh, well.
it was just the fact that Sal, like, Because I feel like
Yeah, it's,
like Dejar was in a room with the door locked, and Sal's just like, "Oh hey."
yeah, it's kind of weird.
So I was like,
I'm sure
I'll just-
Dejar can go find Sao if you want.
Okay,
You know
before
what?
everybody just started trailing off, I actually had a reason.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, okay, back on track. Sao is just sort of looking at Deshar, and Deshar can see that Sao is holding a sheet of, parchment in her hand, along with a little scribing kit. I was originally gonna just do this on my own tonight, but I thought since I recalled you wanted to also learn, maybe we could go over how you would do it, and then I could give you pointers, but I can see you're kind of busy.
She looks at the lockbox and just sets it aside for a minute. You know what? I'm free right now. I can help you. You just see frustration on her face as she just glares daggers at the lockbox and just swears in her native tongue. Damn thing in her secrets. I will open you one day and I'll find out what it is. Ah! And she just looks back up like, let's take care of that first. Just side eyes the lockbox. I'm like, never mind about that damn thing.
Okay, so you're helping Saoyun with her scrolls, yeah?
Yeah.
No, okay. The original idea for this was Sao was gonna do some scroll work on her own. I recalled specifically that the Shah was also trying to learn how to do, scroll scribing. And I thought, yeah, I could just, have the two do work together, with Sao sort of trying to guide the Shah along. And then the whole lockbox thing came over, just like, hey, nice segue.
Oh, okay. So you're both helping each other out with this, with both tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess what we could do here is you could go ahead and roll one more time, Dejar, with advantage, with Saoyun's help.
Okay. Alt is advantage.
Mhm.
I keep. Okay.
And it is set to dexterity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
You just rolled a disadvantage, so
What the?
Yeah.
I did.
the other one was a nat 20.
Yeah. So with
You done
a
mixed up your buttons, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So with a natural 20 plus 2 and 4, 20, 22. Yeah, that'll be enough. You effortlessly you work with Saoyun as she kind of guides your hands for a moment, seeing all the intricate runes engraved into the side of this lockbox, and eventually it opens up, and you see within what looks like a large, immaculately crafted potion bottle filled with a sapphire liquid. You can see that the stopper is sort of trimmed with all sorts of golden filigrees and this sort of golden frame keeping the glass itself reinforced. This is a potion of supreme mana.
Oh.
Oh, sweet, cool box.
Fucking legendary.
Let me-
Holy shit.
Yeah, it is a legendary potion.
I just sort of elbows the Shah a little. Told you. The tumble is the tricky part, but the box also seemed to be magical, so I have a slight hint you might need some help.
Here appreciates this. I thought this was just gonna be an aid. It's a normal box. In my haste, I wasn't really looking.
Let me tell you something. If there is a lock, never expect it to be that simple.
He is learning this. But on numerous occasions, nothing is so simple anymore. Okay. Now that that is figured out, let's do some scribing. Whew, words. I'm so tired.
Alright, so you're trying to make a magical spell scroll.
Yes, a first level, and it's gonna be alarm.
Alarm, okay. So how long would this normally take and gold costs?
For anyone else but me, it's gonna take at least a few days. For me, 8 hours.
Okay. So that can
Yeah.
be done. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any rolls involved with this, is there?
No?
I don't think so.
For crafting, yeah, there's Arcana rolls.
Arcana rolls, yeah, there we go.
And also, if Jajar's helping, doesn't that half again the time?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, if it does or not. I'm just trying to clarify that.
Because the more people you have, the faster it goes.
So that'll be about 4 hours. How much gold would that cost?
Let me check.
Because first level spell scrolls don't cost a lot.
Oh no, they cost nothing because they're common.
Ah, well there you go.
They cost for me 12 gold and 5 silver.
Well, there you go. So we'll half that to 6 gold because of Dejan's helping.
Are we having cost as well for help?
Oh, does helping not reduce the cost?
Only time as far as I know.
Ah, okay. So only time then.
Time.
So only time. So it will only take 4 hours for you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna deduct the gold.
So 12 gold, 5 silver, and 4 hours. Thanks to Tashar. And let's see. Okay, so we'll say like after that you can take your long rest.
Yeah.
Alright.
Late night studying.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And after the scroll is done, Sa will hand it to Dejar.
Oh. Thank you.
And I will make an alarm scroll after the session.
It is a lot easier for me to do this, mostly because I'm kind of unorthodox about it. But remember, the main part about scribing is about precision of the work. You put one line out of place and you end up with something entirely different, or, well, it's useless. This is an alarm call, so it's always good to have handy.
Yeah, especially if you're out of energy to cast any spells to begin with.
Mm-hmm. We really don't want a repeat of what happened out there.
Definitely not. Lucia is also learning to be careful with her resources. He blundered through a lot of her resources down there, thinking it's going to be a quick thing. She was wrong, very wrong.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of that, you need rest, I need rest. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I was gonna pat the Charlotte on the shoulder and then back to her own.
Okay. So, unless anyone has anything else to do, you can down for a long rest.
Suddenly, no.
So, I'm just gonna.
There was something Angus had in mind.
Yep. Go ahead.
It is a little bit of an RP moment. Unfortunately, it would involve a lot of people, so I want to keep it, kind of quick.
Sure.
Anyone else want to do anything?
Nope, I got nothing for today.
Nope, I'm good.
Done my bit.
Said it's private rooms, right?
Yep.
Then, in his room, as everyone is settling down and they're on their own for the night, he is going to lay out a few things at the foot of his bed. He is going to put out his new set from Drong's rune carving tools, along with the hammer in front of him. He is going to, put that encircled around with the necklace of the prayer beads. Gonna set out a few of the candles that he got, the 3 candles he got while in Morthholm, and light each one. He's not armored or anything. And he's gonna have these relics in front of him, and he's gonna take off the little blood-filled reliquary and set that down and try and tip a tiny bit of his own blood onto these things. He's gonna look at his ring that he is wearing, this Ashbite signet ring, and these items he's laid about. He's going to say a brief prayer. Thank you for helping me get him back. I my best. Still for. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I'm cutting out. He's trying to whisper and be calm about things, but just thank you for helping me get him back. I tried my best to fulfill my oath for doing right by our people. I tried to free the old souls and bring peace to those locked. As he looks to the ring on his hand, pay any price for my people. Now I realize you paid a price you didn't even know. Sorry. Can't help but wonder what sort of king you would have been. Not for being tainted by the Lord of Whispers. Fate and history were not kind to you. My quest for vengeance, you are kind to me. He looks from both the rune carver's tools and the ring, prayer beads, and the holy candles. Both of you answered my prayers. Thank you. And he blows out his candles, sets his things back, and with a final look at his ring, I will set this right. He goes to bed.
Okay. So, with that, we're gonna not in this session. We're gonna take a small break here. So, I need to pop the loo real quick.
Of course.
So,
Bio break, everybody.
Well, that's it.
There we go.
Yep. Buy a break. Do your things. What you need to do.
Piss him if you got him.
Big piss him if you got him.
Yeah.
What the wording on that?
If you got him.
I mean,
So, as we come back from break, you all come back to you all bed down for the night before hopefully a night of restful sleep
In an actual bed.
in an
Should I
actual
have not
bed
done
for
my long
once.
rest yet? I may have hit the button too soon.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
So, Liska,
Ew.
your night is restless. Tossing and turning. A cold sweat runs down your brow. And your arms... You try to move your arms to get a better repositioning. You move them again and again and again. Almost against your own will. And then it becomes apparent to you that you're not tossing nor turning. You're swinging the weapon. You're swinging a weapon. The darkness of your sleep gives way to a vision of yourself in the third person. An out-of-body experience, if you will. You swing your weapon at waves of foes that crumble beneath your blade. Glorious battle. Unwavering strength. A wall against which your enemies shatter. You press on. Shearing through an army of black dragonborn. You're back underneath Morthholm. An endless hall. A forest of ancient pillars rising up, reaching up to the ceiling above, illuminated by cold blue light. You swing harder, becoming drenched in blood. You try to temper yourself, but you can't. You're not in control. Focus. You remember the words of Dajar. Breathe and focus. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay, not effect yet, so let's... Boop.
9.
Oof.
You continue to cut down the armies before you. Through the red haze, you can see they no longer resemble Dragonborn warriors, but Dragonborn dressed in simple clothing. Commoners. Smaller Dragonborn children. They're fleeing, screaming, begging for mercy. And if at any point Liska wants to react to this, she can.
I mean, she's gonna try to stop herself.
Alright,
Because it's one of those things where it's just like, this is a dream. I should be able to control this.
so that was your wisdom saving
hopefully.
throw.
I was also gonna say, like, am I allowed to do anything that would, like, allow me to re-roll again?
No, that was your wisdom saving throw, but at this moment,
Oh,
it's
no,
like,
I mean,
it's like
the Icon of Fate or Indomitable, that kind of thing.
we'll say on the next one. So your vision shifts. You're back in the antechamber. Sickly green, acrid light fills the room. Chaos fills the air. You step over the bodies of necromancers and cultists. Your will is no longer your own again. You approach one robed figure, rapidly shuffling away from you, hand up in a vain attempt to lessen the impact of your massive Slayer's blade, and you see red.
Focus.
Make a wisdom save. 16. Just narrowly succeed.
Hey.
You hear the voice again.
Focus, Liska.
You approach the robed cultist. Through the haze, you can see the hood fall back, revealing it not to be a hood, but a wide-brimmed blue hat. You see a purple-horned man dressed in blue robes. And before your blade is driven straight through the heart of this man. You're able to see him for who he truly is. Hilbert. Blood haze clears and you stay your blade. Once more, your vision shifts. You find yourself back in the deep, dark recesses of Mortithax's lair. The ceiling is collapsing around you. Mortithax does battle with your allies, but you cannot control your own body. Like a juggernaut, you are witnessing through this third-person view. You stride through the chamber, scattering the risen dead against your shield. You watch yourself, without any of your own free will, approach Dajar and throw your shield and blade to the side, and you grab her by the throat, lifting her, slamming her up against the cave wall. You press your enormous hands around her throat, tighter and tighter.
Focus, Liska.
Make a wisdom save.
Oh gosh golly.
17. You squeeze tighter and tighter. You try to pull away, but another will is stronger and tries to force you to press on. But with a roar, you rip your hands away from Dajar's throat and shatter the influence of that other will pressing against you. Your vision shifts once more.
God damn it.
Memories hurl by. An old memory resurfaces. All around you. A dry, dark, barren wasteland. Chaos roars around you. The clashing of blades, the scraping of metal. A Steel Legion soldier is flung past you. A shock of lightning electrifies the surrounding air. And you can feel claws raking against your shield. You feel a roar of an infuriated beast. You hear a familiar voice. Keep its attention, Liska! A familiar voice, very familiar. You feel the blood haze fall around you, all around your eyes once more. You're angry. An imposter takes a hold of you once more. Once again, you feel the claws raking across your shield, a strike against your back, a deep slash across your side. You roar, shrug off the attacker, stomp your foot. Bestial rage overtakes you. Make another wisdom save.
Gosh, okay. I will do things.
Go ahead and do things.
Okay. First, I'm going to use this. If it will let me. Okay, I'll just say I'll manually change it. I'll use Thread of Fate to re-roll that.
Alright. Roll again. 19. You steel yourself. You face your imposter. The Blue Dragon. You clash. Shield against shield. She roars, lightning sparking from her eyes. She reels back and roars. The ground quakes as lightning shatters through the earth. The Blue Dragon turns to face Trista. I said keep its attention! Liska! Liska! Everything turns white. Cold wind rushes past your face and roars past your ears.
Liska, follow my voice.
It's
Liska
dark.
will-
Oh.
Yeah, she'll move a bit unsteady and shaken towards the voice.
You begin to walk, and your footsteps, your hoof steps, meet with the crunch of snow. It's dark, it's nighttime, it's extremely cold. A whirlwind, a blizzard whirls all around you. Snow deepens, ankle deep. You are dressed in nothing but your under armour. You have neither your blade nor your shield with you. It's difficult to see much beyond 20 feet or so. You kind of begin to follow the voice again. And you almost find yourself tumbling to one side. And you look next to you to see you're on the edge of a very sheer drop into a white void beyond. Make a survival perception check for me.
Hey, let's do survival.
22.
Yes.
As you move forward, you notice a number of scattered pebbles which gradually turn into larger rocks as you go, turning into boulders. The markings of some sort of cliff. This has to be a dream. But the freezing cold feels so real to you. The snow lashing against your skin. The voice in your head interrupts your train of thought again. And it sounds like it's next to your ear.
Focus.
The wind buffets you forward. What do you do?
Liska's gonna be thankful that she's cold resistant, and she's gonna kind of steel herself, kind of trying to put aside the vision before this, and she's going to move forward.
Alright. You move forward, following those pebbles, those boulders, and until you eventually come to that cliff. Feel the wind buffeting you forward and upwards.
You're just gonna keep climbing.
Alright. You begin to climb, grappling outcroppings of stone with ease, because you're a mountain folk. Against the torrential blizzard, this would be almost impossible for most people, but again, yeah, you're a mountain folk, you're made of hardy stuff. You ascend and climb what feels like hours. It's then that you see what looks like the shimmer of multicolored lights above you, piercing through the snowstorm. And as you venture higher and higher, you begin to see shapes silhouetted by the storm, by the light. Enormous obelisks stood erect and defiant against the storm. The air is thin here. And eventually you find ground and heave yourself up onto it. Flanking either side of you here on this ledge are two, kind of by the edge of the cliff, two enormous stone, 30-foot tall obelisks covered in frozen layers of stone. Frozen layers of snow, rather. And carved from the stone of the obelisks, near the very top, are two statues, one on top of each. The left obelisk holds the visage of an eagle, its wings spread freely. The right obelisk holds the visage of an owl, wizened beyond its ears. You can see just about, through the snowstorm, more obelisks beyond either side. What do you do?
Liska's going to make respectful nods to the other obelisks. And she's going to try to find boars.
Alright. You're going to make your way forward into the blizzard. And you can see, as you approach, what looks like more obelisks. And it's beginning to make this ring shape. You can see to the left of the eagle obelisk is the carved visage of a snow leopard that stalks across the top of the tall shape. To the left of that, to the left of the snow leopard, a crow ponders inquisitively. To the left of the crow, a long, wide wall of stone seems to arc around in this sort of semicircular shape, taking... Best way to describe this would be like those word walls from Skyrim, if you will. And you can see, taking centerpiece along this wall, looming overhead, is the great visage of a bear, reared up upon its hind legs. You follow that the curve of that carved stone wall. It looks like it's seen thousands of years, and probably, it's probably been here for thousands of years.
Liska's going to... How... You said each individual obelisk was about 30 feet tall? I'm assuming this wall is about 30 feet tall as well?
Yep.
I feel like Boar probably takes up the majority of that height.
The statue of the bear sort of rearing back on its hind legs, so it's about an extra 20 feet, so about 50 feet in total on the bottom of that. What?
Oh, so there's... Oh, I must have misheard. So there's a statue of Boar in the middle of this wall.
Yes. In fact, let me go and draw it for you. Like,
okay.
It's something... If you were to look at it head on, it would look like. Like
I know you had the dragon word wall, and it's like a curved, essentially creating an alcove kind of thing.
Yeah, sort of. Some badly drawn fucking. There you go.
Right. So, am I on? Okay, just so I can get a sense of this, like. Yeah, so looking at it from above. Oh gosh, where's the actual draw thing? Okay.
From above.
So hold on. So there's the wall, and the statue's there, or to the inside?
It's right on top of the wall itself. It's part of the wall.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. And Liska's on the inside, the concave.
Yes. And that looming statue of the bear that's part of the wall is sort of looming overhead.
Where Boar usually has a depiction of Boar herself, but with also cubs. Are the cubs present too?
You can see on either side of the... or either end of this semicircular wall, you see visages of not just 3 cubs, but 6. 3 on either side.
Liska is going to go, and she is with kind of a look of no harm, like meaning no harm to the big statue. She's gonna walk over and she's gonna like pet the smaller cubs, and then she's going to kind of move back. And the wall itself, is there anything inscribed on the wall, or is it a blank wall with Boar above?
It appears to be a simple blank wall with that enormous statue of Boar above. You can also see off to the left of this this semicircle shape. Let's see, this would be. I'm just getting minutes. Yeah, it looks like another freestanding obelisk to the left of that, and appears to be the visage of a wolf rearing up and howling. You kind of follow that around. Next to that is an obelisk with the carved statue of an ox standing stubbornly against the wind. Next to that is an owl.
Full circle. Okay.
And as you kind of look at the obelisks, it would indeed a full circle. It seemed this ring of standing stones is sitting upon a plateau of some kind, or a mountain peak. Though you can't see out beyond the blizzard itself. As you're watching these figures.
They have been watching you as well, as have I.
Liska's gonna look around. Can she see where the voice is coming from? Or does it just sound like it's omnipresent?
As you look around, the snowstorm begins to clear, the darkness begins to retreat. You see above stars, constellations. This drifting multicolour of luminous strands lights the sky. Aurora Borealis. And beyond the white void now, you see clouds beneath you, mountain peaks, a mountain ridge. These obelisks become more visible. Indeed, a ring of standing stones. What you now notice that you hadn't noticed before. Beneath the gaze of the statuesque bear is a natural sort of round dais of stone, some sort of table or altar. And sat cross-legged in its centre is a large figure wrapped in furs, bleached bones, and a simple, thick, brown, form-obscuring cloak.
Liska's gonna kind of. Oh, I can't get. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Liska's gonna kind of cock her head and look at the figure. Like, hail, friends. Might you know why I'm here?
Mother Bear has taken an interest to you. Your deeds have not gone unnoticed.
Well, I am very flattered that she has. I feel that I have borrowed from her strength and she has borrowed from mine. The feeling is mutual.
Indeed. The presence guards new life where there once was none. By your doing. You who would delve into the very depths of hell itself to safeguard those you swore to protect.
Liska's going to kind of... she's just going to nod because she's just like, you know, yeah, that's true. Tell me something I don't know. Like, but she's going to also move a bit closer. Like, see if she can see into the hood or anything like that. It's like,
Go ahead and make a perception check.
okay. I'm moderately okay with those.
16. You don't see much beyond the reflection of small beady eyes.
It's 3 kobolds in a trench coat. Sorry. So, what might I do to further garner her attention or power? There's a lot that we have to face, and I would rather keep my allies alive through it.
Of course. So far, your actions please bear spirit. But indeed, there is still much you must learn. I come as a friend, but also to guide. Mother Bear inspires those who are strong. A tribe needs strength. Strength to weather the changing seasons, and all storms that batter it. The strength of one's arms.
And he sort of gestures towards your where you would normally wield your Slayer's Blade, or at least the arm that you would normally use to wield your Slayer's Blade.
The strength of one's arms to swing a hammer against the shields of your enemies. And the strength to protect those who cannot protect themselves. This strength, you ask. But strength is nothing without the wisdom to use it. I have learned this long ago. It is time I pass that knowledge on to others. This is why I come to you on Bear's behalf. Liska Al'Thuma, I offer a path to you. The path of the Wild Speaker.
Liska just kind of thinks for a moment, and then it's just like, you know, fuck it, I'm already here. Let's fucking do this. And she's just going to kind of nod, like, I will accept.
The figure slowly nods its hooded head.
Bear Spirit has chosen 2. You are one of them.
Might I ask who's the other?
You know her.
And Liska, like, grits her teeth for a second, like, I do know her.
I have spoken to her as well. And though I serve too as her guide, I do so with neither fear nor favor. The path will be trying. It will not be the delight of heart. I can only promise you will succeed if you have both the strength and the wisdom to endure. A Wild Speaker must embrace all trials given before them. Would you falter first, or would she? That remains to be seen.
Liska's going to kind of, like, at that implication that Liska might fail, she's going to kind of, like, puff her chest out a bit and lift her chin. It's like, I will not fail.
Then, let us begin with something simple to test your willpower.
You watch as he begins to pick himself up off of the dais, stand to his feet, and you can now see this figure for the full height. He is about 10 feet your exact size, actually.
Oh, damn it, if it's who I think it is, Jamie.
What?
Nothing, continue.
Yeah, okay.
Push me off this altar.
The winds whip around the figure, begin to pick up. A localized whirlwind of ice and snow begins to encircle him.
Okay. How... Hold on, Liska has to think and be wise for a second.
So, hold on.
Sure, yeah.
You see this silhouette of the figure. Broad shoulders, it adjusts its stance.
Right. Shut the fuck up, Sam.
Oh, need to turn that back on.
Right. Sorry.
Alright, the figure adjusts its stance and waits for you.
Okay. Liska's gonna kind of like shrug, roll her shoulders, like flick out her hands, just get blood flowing, and then she's going to she wouldn't think this way. She's just going to do this immediately because she wouldn't immediately think to be like, oh, maybe this isn't as straightforward as she thinks it is. So she's going to... By the way, how tall is this thing he's on?
It's about 5 feet, about half your height.
Okay, so she can just...
Yeah.
Kind of step leap onto it. Okay, cool. Yeah, she's going to charge forward and rush into him and try to... essentially tackle him off, like, yeah, gonna try to tackle him off the platform.
All right, make an athletics check.
Alright.
Actually, no. First of all, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. I'm good with these. Okay.
12.
Ooh, lit.
You. Oh,
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Want to do something?
Did I not? I'll check something. Okay, yeah.
Did you have Resilient
No.
for this?
No, not yet.
Oh, shit.
My feat hasn't happened yet. Actually, no. Let Liska learn something. 12.
12. You heft yourself, charge up on top of the dais, and you begin to push forward. But the blizzard itself whips through you. It is chilling, not just to the body, but to the mind as well. You see the silhouette of the figure, readying its stance. However, it seems to notice that you're faltering.
Focus, Liska. The value of a warrior is knowing when and how to temper one's strength.
And he's going to try and shove you. Oh. 18. Make an athletics check. 10. You are shoved back off of the dais. Your turn. Oh, hang on. that's fallen off.
Let's see. All right. Do you want me to wait until you have the effect back up?
There we go.
All right. Liska is going to. Hold on. Let me do something. Just to see. I'm gonna do just a wisdom check. Nope, not yet. She's going to kind of shake her head off, like kind of shake the fog out of her head, and she's going to try to once again charge in.
Wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
13.
That's gonna do it.
Unfortunately, that blizzard is once again chilling to your body and mind, and you're not able to push through it.
Still your mind. Focus on breathing. Did your friend not tell you so? You need them as much as they need you.
Does anything happen, or like, there we go. Okay.
There we go. And it's gonna try to shove you back. 29.
I can't beat that. Yeah.
You feel this impact, this force against your chest. In fact, make a perception check as well. Alright.
Oh,
As
thank you, rolls.
As the sleeves roll back, you see not flesh but fur.
All right.
And yeah, Miska. Make a wisdom check with advantage.
All right. Hold down Alt. Let's see if this works.
13. I will say, as part of that, you do gain your 12 wisdom. Flavor that however you like.
Right. Niska's gonna kind of like sit there and shake her head, just kind of look at the figure, and kind of like start pacing around and kind of looking at it from all sides. And she's going to stay out of the effects overall. Like, and then look up. It's like, so I just have to get you off this platform.
Push me off.
Push me off of this platform.
Okay. And all right, let's fucking do this. Liska's going to kind of move back because this is kind of wibbly wobbly combat turns. And she is going to kind of move back, and unlike the first time when she tried to go and like use the kind of like tackle low and whatnot, she's going to turn around and be like can't stop me when I'm in the air. And she's going to charge forward and use that first step to do like a flying cross body block. And just essentially throw herself bodily, not try to drive, but just like use the sheer momentum of almost weighing a ton and use that to fly through.
Make an athletics check with advantage. In fact, you know, just make that first wisdom save with advantage, and I'll just give you the advantage after.
Okay. Did it just get the wisdom point? Did I also get the feat as well? Or just the wisdom point?
Just the wisdom point for now.
Okay, cool. So wisdom save with advantage.
10.
Rolling so low.
All right. The buffeting winds chill you once more, and you effectively what happens is you see the figure sort of begin to duck out the way, and you effectively soar straight overhead, impacting into the solid stone chest of the statue of Bear.
I thought no offense to the narrative, but I thought the bear was like 30 feet up.
Oh wait, what? That's how high are you flying across the ground?
Oh, I wasn't using my winged boots because I thought I didn't have any of my equipment. I was just doing like a flying cross body block. Like
I get you. Okay, right, my bad. The figure seems to just step aside for a moment, sending you careening, over the dais and straight over to the other side.
Okay, and then seeing that,
figure is going to.
Wait, hold on. Can I narrate this for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Liz is gonna see him duck and move to the side. She's gonna tuck into a roll, and then with the, I guess with some space opened, she's going to quickly climb up, if she could, into the open space.
All right.
Just be like, made you move.
It seems you did.
Then I don't know if you're going to allow me a chance to push.
If you make make another wisdom save with advantage.
All right. Come on, dice gods. No. A 1 and a 7. This is fun shit.
Oh.
All right. Go, bear, man, go.
As you kind of take that space, you seem to notice your faltering.
The world will bring harsh lessons to those who cannot withstand its trials.
And he rears back and just impacts you with both of his hands. For an athletics check. Oh, there we go. 19. Make an athletics check. 25. You remain where you are.
Good. You now see why you must focus.
I only just started focusing a few days ago.
And with that, it's your turn. As the bitter winds bite at you.
Okay. This time Liska's going to, now that she's actually up there and she has decent footing, she's just going to use all her, quote-unquote extra attacks to try to shove this guy off.
Right, okay, so, did that damage go through?
No, I haven't been taking damage.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
So, as the biting winds gnaw at your skin, Liska.
She's going to step forward, and she's going to, because this is just kind of how it is, she's going to hold her hands up, like, you know how wrestlers do when they're about to get into a grapple where, like, you hold my hands, I'll hold yours, and we'll try to body each other off. Mm-hmm. She's gonna do that. She's gonna make that offer to him, be like, let's do this.
Alright. And what you now see wrapping around your fingers are large claws. And you see white fur.
Like, well met, brother. Let's see who remains on top. And she's going to start pushing.
All right.
So, athletics 1. Oh, I keep rolling so low. Why? Okay, so no push the first time.
Strains against the enormous strength of this figure.
Right. And 2. Jesus Christ.
Oh god.
This is not working out for Liska.
No.
The dice do not like Liska right now.
He is actually gaining ground on you.
I'm both impressed and horrified.
Alright, and last one.
10.
Jesus. Okay.
Oh,
It would be nice to roll in the double digits. Oh, is he not gonna do his last one against that 10? He might roll a 1.
Oh, right. He's going to... Oh,
yeah.
He rolled
Oh,
a 1, but he's
that's
still
a
higher.
1.
Fuck me.
but it is...
Well, he rolled a 1.
He did roll a 1.
Yeah, but it's still... Okay, I'll let you decide.
I mean, for the flavour of this, it seems suitable. So, as you push forward, as he's steadily gaining ground on you, the enormous weight of this figure bearing down, you... No pun intended. You finally find that sudden weak point in his stance, and you push forward.
Good. Keep the advantage.
And he's going to try and push back against you.
Alright.
Oh.
Alright, that's 5 feet.
So you're teetering on the edge. He's only got a single thing you can do. So, your turn.
Right, uno mas. Alright. She's teetering. She's spinning around. Okay. Let's try this again. Alright, come on.
Oh, 24. Okay. Let's see here. Athletics. Oh. Pushed back 5 feet.
Alright. Okay. And uno mas.
10.
Me. Jesus Christ. I'm so unlucky right now.
Remains where he
Okay.
is.
And then third.
22. 15. Push back 5 feet. He's teetering on the edge now as well.
And Liska's gonna press the advantage and she's gonna action surge.
Alright.
Because fuck this guy. she's kind of getting a little angry right now. So yeah.
Right, 20. 20. Meet or beat. He remains where he is.
Ty goes to him.
Right, 15. 24. Remains where he is.
Okay, last one.
16. Athletics, there we go. 16. Again, tie.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, can't do much about that. Let's do this.
Alright. As he sees you once again faltering, as you're failing to push that advantage beyond, getting him right over the edge.
You are holding on to a past memory, Liska. Perhaps it is guilt. Am I wrong?
She's going to grit her teeth
37 remains where you remain where you are.
And she's going to say, we saved the platoon. It was only us who had to stay and survive. And she's gonna keep trying to push him.
Alright. Once again, the wind whips around you. You feel that biting chill.
Yeah, and like as she continues to strive forward, she's gonna.
I'm gonna at that last what you said. You make a wisdom saving throw.
Gosh. Okay.
14. All right, you succeed. You push on.
Okay. At that, she's going to say. She's gonna essentially keep talking and say, like, we were just recently promoted. How are we supposed to fight the Blue Dragon? And she's going to keep pushing.
Alright. Athletics. 28. Remains where he is.
Okay. Oh, you whore! And like, I'm gonna say with like tears freezing on her cheeks, she's gonna say, I just needed to keep his attention.
It was not your fault, Liska. Dash that from your mind.
Okay, this last one, she's going to, hopefully the dice will help in this narrative moment. She's going to just like scream in pain and push.
Alright. 21. Athletics. Oh, there it is. Oh, there we go. Alright, so, with one final shove, you throw the figure off the dais. He rolls to a stop in the snow. And he gives a bestial snort. Shakes the snow from his hood. And for a moment he struggles to get to his feet for a moment.
Liska will have fallen to her knees on the top of the dais.
It's been a long time since I experienced a key hit like that.
Oh yeah, that's how I spelled it.
Inkhit, ritual battle in my people's tongue.
He climbs up the dais.
Liska is still very much kind of on her knees, her head bowed.
Figure kneels down beside Liska. Places a hand on her shoulder.
You are ready for this journey. You are capable of tempering your strength, Liska. But I do sense you cling to a guilt that you needn't take the blame for.
Liska just clears her throat and looks up. Again, just like frost on her cheeks. It might be some time before I can do that.
Figure nods. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, it was just her kind of sniffling.
I know what it feels like to lose one's tribe. And the guilt that comes with it. I believe it was also from a similar source. But not the same. Perhaps with time you might grow to forgive yourself, but that is not for me to force. There is only so much one can teach in a dream.
It certainly feels real. This is very cold.
When you are ready to learn more, go to Tektahos. I will be there. For now, I must leave you. Think on this. It takes bravery and wisdom to know when you can learn from your allies. When to break out of that hard shell. You can learn from your cubs as much as they can learn from you.
Liska just silently nods. Gives one last kind of final sniff before she stands. And offers a hand to bring him up to his feet. His paws, feet.
He is lifted up by your grasp. And with this flash of cold winds, you see a staff apparate within his hands. And gives you a nod.
What
With
is
that-
your name?
My name is not important. Not right now. Maybe when the time comes. My people are nomads, wanderers. We travel the white wastes. We travel with the winds, with the ice flows.
Oh, thank you for this help today. Tonight. Whatever this is.
Until we meet again.
With that, the winds pick up. The roar of the blizzard lashes your ears. The figure steps back into the void of white.
Liska will look because she's assuming the dream's about to end and the world's going to be kind of bathed in white. She's going to give one final look up to Boar above her and just like have that be the last thing she sees.
The blizzard encompasses Boro's head. That final gaze of that stoic look of the bear's gaze upon you as you sit upon this dais. And you awaken.
God damn it.
So, with that comes your quest.
Oh shit, did I finally get a quest?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
and an upgrade to your blessing.
Oh yeah.
You gain Bear's protection. Bear's protection, rather. And an upgrade to your to Bear's pendant. Let me stick that in there. Oh, here we go. There we go. So, you can now use Bear's pendant a number of times equal to your strength modifier. And you gain Bear's protection. Bear's spirit has witnessed a great feat of guardianship. As a bonus action, you can summon a whirling blizzard that surrounds your form until the start of your next turn. While this blizzard surrounds you, any creature you choose other than yourself within 5 feet of you gains a +2 bonus to AC and saving throws. You can also force a creature that starts its turn within 5 feet of you to make a Constitution saving throw with a DC equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier, or take 3d8 cold damage or half on a save.
Ooh, nice. Good shit.
And you gain proficiency wisdom saving throws.
Yeah.
Alright.
Good shit. Do I get a long rest?
You do.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
Just checking.
Just he's like, oh, I feel as tired as I went to when I went to sleep. I had 1 minute.
Yeah, she's sleeping on 2 beds pushed side by side. It's like sleeping on a futon.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, can't get a good rest.
Okay, so as you all come to wakefulness the next day, what would you like to do?
End the session because it's past time.
Oh shit, it is. Right, my bad.
I
Okay,
think that's
so
a good point to leave it, honestly.
yeah.
Long
Right.
rest for everybody.
I will end the session there.
Oh, well.
A lot of good roleplay today.
Yeah.
Why you gotta stab at my heart like that, Avon?
Because
It
Liz
was.
has a lot of stuff that hurt her in her past.
Yep. Gotta dig that shit up one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording in 3, 2, 1.